What's up, guys? This is Will Foxification here. Another episode of Collector's Mingle. We got an amazing panel here tonight. You're probably asking, how did I grow this hair this fast? I don't know. It's just I've been on a roll lately, so I look better than ever, and I'm really feeling me now. And these collectors tonight, you're going to see they are handsome. They're ready to mingle tonight. We're talking about a lot of cool stuff, so sit tight. We're going to get into some cool stuff, and thanks for joining us. But just hold tight, because we got a lot of cool stuff just around the corner. Wow. Would you look at that? KG, you've never looked better. This
I look handsome.
you look really handsome, dude. Your teeth especially.
Yeah, look at the teeth.
Yeah, you look like handsome as hell. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us for Collector's Mingle. We have an awesome show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk about some hot toys, some Prime 1, and everything else in between. Anything else we might get into with this awesome panel of collectors here. Thank you all so much for joining me. Dean the Dream, man, it's been a while since I've had you on here. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. I was excited. I got your message. I was like, yes.
I know, right? I know.
Chilling with the homies.
Yeah, dude, it's always fun to chill with the homies. And you, man, looking handsome as ever, Dean. You're the epitome of handsome. And I know Leal agrees with me.
Wow.
Yes.
That's high praise.
Yes.
Your hair is a little bit better than mine, but mine's definitely catching up. I feel like,
Well, mine's real. So.
Mine is too. So, KG, how you doing tonight, man?
Thanks, man. I'm glad to be here on and just talking figures and statues. And I'm dead too, so. Yeah.
Well, you look very alive right now, so never looked more alive. But
Yeah.
Leal, you grew some hair pretty quickly.
Yeah, man. You know, I had to take off the beanie and let everybody see the natural. So you know how that goes, man. You know what I mean? I'm stepping back in time to the '70s when everything was groovy and smooth and silky. So you know, had to break out the Soul Glow fro. So don't mind me.
Yo, it's amazing that the beanie can keep that fro all the way in like a tight form.
Yeah. Oh yes, you know.
So Lynch, this is the first time I've had you on here, I think.
It is.
So
Thanks
this is exciting. Dude, thanks so much for joining. It's awesome of you to be here. But I love your lighting setup, man. You got to teach us your ways.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you got to teach your way, Lynch. But Lynch, how you doing today, man?
Good, doing great. Just a lot of work, and I'm packing at the same time, dude.
Oh, did you just move in or something?
No, I'm moving out.
Oh, damn. You and Mario both.
Yeah.
Well, you moving, man?
When am I moving?
Yeah.
The 16th.
Oh, okay.
It's my last day here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You got a decent little new pad, new spot.
Yeah, man.
I'm moving into a house this time, so I'll be able to pull my figures out of the box.
That's what's
that is a huge step in the right direction.
That is what's up, man. So happy for you. Definitely.
Thanks.
If you need some help, I'll fly over and help you out. Don't worry. I got you.
There we go.
I got you.
There we go. So, guys, we're going to just jump right into it tonight. There's a lot to talk about. Prime 1 had their showcase. But before we get into that, I think there's going to be something that Leal is going to be really happy about.
Yes, very much so.
Because this is a figure, honestly, Leal, I sent to you immediately once I received word of it.
Yes, you did.
It is honestly really cool. This is one of the figures I think that I didn't expect to be made, but one that is a surprise nonetheless, but a welcome one. So, Leal, I'm going to start with you on this one. What do you think about this Ultron?
Well, what do I think about it? I'm so happy. I mean, I'm over the moon with it because, like I said, it was a prediction, and you know, we normally get the Cos babies, and you know, it's always a you know, so it can be somewhat of a sign that, you know, there's a figure right around the corner. Not all of them, but most of them when we get the Cos, and if they focus the focus and the attention to detail on some of them, we can tell if we'll get it or not. And this one coming in, it was just a no-brainer for me, man. Like, I mean, it was unexpected to drop because there were even no rumors about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one said they knew this was coming or anything like that. But, you know, once it dropped, I was all in. Now, surprisingly enough, I haven't pre-ordered it yet. And the reason why, here's the reason, just listen, the reason why, because I'm going to pre-order it. That means no wrong. It's just because it's so far out already, and I'm just actually clearing out all of the pre-orders that I have already now. You know what I mean? So those are, you know, I have at least 7 of them that I'm clearing out this weekend. And then once that's done, then I can actually just replace them with pre-orders once I'm, you know what I mean, whatever. So this would definitely be the one at the top of the barrel that I'm actually ordering. The detail on this is crazy. I mean, I'm probably in the minority of a few people who basically like the What If saga itself. I mean, being a comic book fan and, you know, pretty much liking, you know, having an idea, an inkling of, you know, what we got with the books and how it translates into the show. You know, I like the idea of it. So, you know, and on top of that, I like the line. I just like the simple fact that they're doing something completely different from just the average and standard, you know, 1/6 scale figure. You know, it's more of like the animated feel, and, you know, I just like something different. So just getting this from me, you know, I'm excited, bro. Definitely excited.
Dude, I'm so excited for you because I know you were probably the happiest person to have this announced. But
hell yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of people who are excited for it. I mean, it does look like a really great figure. It really does. Like, even for me not loving but I haven't seen these episodes yet. I've only seen like the first like 3 or 4. So yeah, but even not seeing that, the figure looks fantastic. But Lynch, dude, give me your thoughts on this figure, man. I don't think I've heard what you think of it yet.
Dude, I am so in love with this figure. It speaks to me because I'm an old school comic fan.
Yeah.
And I read the old What Ifs, and it's like, this is like a comic accurate Ultron for me. And I love it. It's 15 inches die cast. It's sick. It's definitely a day one. And I can't wait to get a hold of this just because of the nostalgia from being a kid and growing up with this. It's like, I'm hoping that this is a trend for Hot Toys to get into more comic book oriented figures. And I'm so looking forward to this, dude. This is awesome.
It really. What do you guys think, Leo and Lynch? What do you guys think about the diecast features? Like, do you think it's? I mean, because I think it's worth it. $425 for this figure. It's diecast. It's huge. He's got a giant ass sword. I mean, I think. What do you guys think about that?
Great price.
Yeah, I think it's a great price for it. And, you know, on top of that, like with the light up features, you know, you have a flip down head sculpt. You know, whereas like the mask, you know, flips up and down. You know, just, you know, the height of it, you know, in detail. Like, I mean, I think it's worth it. And what the reason why I think it's worth it is because on top of that, it's a totally different body, bro. Like, I mean, just imagine, you know, what they have actually had to do to develop this. So I have no problems, you know, myself with the price. You know, others may, you know, and there's some, like, when I look at this, you know, versus Yelena, then I think that Yelena is kind of priced heavy. But, you know, I'll still get her, but you know, but that's when you can't really, it's not really as justified. But this in price to me is justified, especially if you compare it to, like, you know, your average, you know, Iron Man figure, stuff like that. So I think it's fairly done.
Lynch, would it be fair to say this is like one of your most anticipated figures?
Actually, it is. I mean, there's a ton of figures. I'm in every lane. Like, I'm collecting backwards and forwards. It's so screwed up. But
it's a dangerous game right there.
Yeah, this is one that I'm super looking forward to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, KG, man, fill me in on your thoughts on this Ultron, because I don't know how you feel about What If. I don't know how you feel about this Ultron, but I really want to know, because you are famous now.
Yeah, you are famous.
Listen, I can't stop looking at Leo's afro, man. I just kept looking. I'm like,
It's mesmerizing.
Hey, I took a cue from you before you got your haircut, bro. I was like, I saw you with the blowout. I was like, I can't have you outdoing me, bro. So let me, Yeah,
you definitely outdoed me. But honestly, I'm in love with this figure. Like, I love the last 2 episodes of the What If series, and this is a must-have. Now, is it a day one period for me? No, because it's not my number one priority right now. But this is definitely gonna be in the collection, and it is one of my most anticipated figures of 2023. I believe it's coming out, right? So I'm definitely getting him, and he's well priced. I was surprised. I was expecting like Carnage price for this guy. But I'm glad that and it's diecast, which makes it even better, and the price. So I'm definitely getting it. 100%. It's going to be a buy for me.
Yeah. So is this one of those figures? I don't know how you guys feel about light up features. Is this one of the figures you think you definitely will use the light up?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
so no
using
for you, KG?
No.
I will.
Yeah, well, it depends, I guess. If they use, I don't know if they said they USB for this one. I don't think
it's
so.
not
right?
USB. It's just normal battery.
Yeah, so it's who knows? Probably it will probably be a compartment on the back under the cape. It'll probably be something like that, and you plug in the battery. So it's going to be a pain in the ass, but the light up on this one is kind of super crucial with those Infinity Stones.
I got a solution for you, and we'll talk about it after stream.
Oh, okay. All right, Lynch, fill me in after stream then. Sounds like it's highly illegal, but we'll find out. Lynch is leaving me on the edge there. So, Dean, what do you think about this Ultron, man? I don't think I've heard your thoughts on it yet either. Hold on, Dean, you're still muted.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, this thing is sweet, man. The size, the die cast, the price. I mean, compare this to even the Hydra Stomper. That's how much is that thing?
Like
$650 or something like that.
Is it $650?
With
or $650
Rogers,
with
yeah,
Steve?
$625, and I think without him, without Rogers, it's like $6. I was like, really? They're gonna put in a? Let me double check that.
Yeah, I'm gonna triple
I think it's
check.
$485 without Rogers.
$625. Yeah, you guys are right. $625.
Yeah, $485 without him.
Yep.
So this coming in, and that's basically just a power pose.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is like kind of impressive that they're knocking this out at this price range. Compared to like Yelena, like I guess technically they're not having to pay a likeness,
right.
What do you call that? A licensing thing?
Yeah, for likeness, yeah.
So I guess it could, afford to be a little cheaper, or maybe they sell, they up the price on one to cover the cost on another, Who knows? But I think this is fantastic. I do want to own this. I'm kind of with KG. It's not a priority. I think even in 2023, it's not going to be a priority. But, if I, ever add it to the collection, that'll be cool. But
yeah,
I know everybody was waiting for this thing. Even Marvel Legends people are waiting for this thing. Like everybody wanted this Ultron because it's like you guys said, it's like this is what Ultron was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
this was the ultimate form. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's dope, dude. I was really on the fence with the What If series. I was not liking it, like for the most part. And then the last like 2 or 3 episodes kicked it into overdrive with Ultron. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing's cool. I love it.
Yeah, it really is quite a cool piece. I mean, like with the die-cast parts, with the giant ass sword. I mean, the like Lael said, the faceplate that swaps down, you can show his face. Like it really is a pretty badass looking figure.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Like that's so cool. I mean, like, and yeah, Dean, like you said, this is really how Ultron I feel like should have been in the films. Like. Ultron was okay in Age of Ultron, but I feel like he was a little too comedic, He was a little more like funny and not as dark as I think he should have been, but it's a Joss Whedon film, so I guess it's just how it goes. But yeah, I think this figure really does look fantastic, and $425 for that price seems pretty good. So let us know in the chat, guys, what you're thinking about this figure, because for sure, this is definitely one that I think a lot of people are going to be happy about. But before we get on to the next topic, I do want to address the chat, because I've got to do that in the beginning. Ladies Man in the house said, Pennywise Statue, nope, no appearance tonight, unfortunately. Only in my house. I will be wearing that Loki helmet. Unfortunately not. So I do have the wig on, so maybe it would work. But
dude, I was asked, the day he got, I was like, dude, please put it on.
I know.
No.
Everyone's
been
saying
put it on, damn it. He wouldn't.
KG, I'm going to eventually. Marco, it's screwed into the base right now, so it's not fun to take off. Marco G checking in, 16 fix. Let's see. Tukathri in the house, amazing. Lynch Design's even here. He's here twice. So Tukathri again. Let's see. Third party reviews. Great panel. We're in here's Will's thoughts about Prime and Harley. We're gonna get to that. So thank you for that. We're gonna get to that. Hail from Mostly Unstable Amphibian. I don't know who he's hailing. Hopefully not me. Let's see. Bob Dylan in the house, dude. That guy, Bob Dylan's incredible. He really is. Rod in the house. Rod is amazing. Yeah, Rod's amazing also. Rod said, always excited for the cast. Let's see. Philip the Fool, Doc Smizzle. Leo, I don't know if you've been seeing. Doc has been playing Call of Duty and like
He's badass at Call of Duty.
Yeah, nah, Lynch. I was fucking Doc up. I had him, dude. I had him. Doc was winning a little bit, Leo, but every time he killed me, I let him kill me. Just for the record, Doc, so you know. Any other time, nah, bro. I had his number. Lynch was telling me before the stream, we were playing with like crossbows and stuff, and Lynch was like, Will, you died like 17 times in a row. I was like, bro, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the strategy. Phil the Fool. Damn. Yeah, you guys got to play with us sometime. But what's up, everyone? Happy Halloween. Thank you, Philip the Fool. What's up, Will and Panel? Hardcore Candy. Is Lael supposed to be Laffy from One Piece? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I need to know. Like, fill me in. Like, am I missing? Like, who's Laffy?
I don't know. Yeah, Luminar's in the house. Wow.
Luminar's in here.
It's Luffy from One Piece.
Oh, Luffy. See, this is why Dean's here. Dean, we need you to keep
that's a pretty good joke because he has the same hat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because no one got it. Brian Kirkwood in the house, the man with the photos. The man with the photos.
Kirkwood, he hooked me up with the photos, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, bro.
Oh, he hooked you up with some photos?
Well, he actually he dedicated some Ultron photos that he actually took to me. He was my man Kirkwood.
The Queen's in the house, Leia.
Yes. We just got done. Yeah, we just took the Rugrats trick or treating, so yeah, she's in the building.
Did they get a lot of candy?
Oh man, yeah, they they bum rush cribs. They don't, when it comes to houses, it's candy or nothing.
Oh, bro, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you told me about that 501st group. That was pretty cool. Like all the Star Wars houses.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So and that's pretty much everyone. SGC, Afrobucks, Luffy. So I guess that's a running joke at this point. Yeah. Dean, you're gonna have to explain that one.
I'm gonna have to find it. Is there a picture? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Look up One Piece Luffy.
One Piece Luffy.
I always said it was Luffy, but apparently I'm wrong.
I guess we all are because I was totally thinking the same thing. Guys, what we're gonna hit next? We're gonna hit a figure I think that has been popular, but a little bit slid under the radar. I think this is an interesting one to discuss because I just don't know about this Cap, whether he's going to be that popular. I think he looks great, but at the same time, is he going to be something that people pick up? So, yeah, let's touch on this one, and we'll go the opposite direction this time. So, Dean, with this Captain America, what do you think about this 2012 Cap? Is this something you would do?
Okay, so a long time ago,
the galaxy far, far away.
when the iPhone 4 came out, I always wanted one, and I never got it. I ended up getting the iPhone 5, but I still wanted the iPhone 4 because it was like so cool, and I never owned it. This Cap is exactly the same. I've wanted a Cap with this outfit forever. Like when the movie came out, it was actually, well, it's not the first. I watched Iron Man, but this is like the first Marvel movie I watched with everybody because I was like, I'm not a big Cap fan. I didn't really like Thor from the comics. And so when I watched this movie, I was like, damn, Cap's actually pretty cool. And I think the only figures out were like Marvel Legends, and they were like Walmart exclusives, and like couldn't find them. So I always wanted a Cap with this outfit. And then by the time I discovered what Hot Toys were, long sold out, you know.
Yeah.
Civil War was already in theaters, you know. And I was just like, damn, this is a really great looking figure. So when they announced this one, I was like, ooh, I might pick this one up. And then now that we actually have like real photos of what it looks like, I think they delivered. I think this will end up in my collection at some point. It looks fantastic. I think they should have used the Batman BVS body because that booty was thick. I don't know if you guys remember.
It's America's ass we're talking about.
Dude, yeah, I was like, what the hell? Because they have a picture of him on the ground.
Yeah,
I,
I
like,
think
that's
they
not
do.
enough.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
It's not enough booty, dude. There's too much sag in those pants. But yeah, dude, this figure looks phenomenal. Honestly, probably the best Cap that they've come out with. I think I mean, Endgame Cap is pretty good, but this one just like the classic colors, the classic outfit. Dude, it's home run, honestly.
Bro, it's so tough, Dean, because I feel like you might have just sold me a little bit because I don't know if I need this, but I do have the Endgame cap. That's, I think, the only cap I have at the moment. But this one is really good. I think this is probably one of my least favorite cap suits. That's my holdup, I think. But I love 2012 Avengers. That's one of my favorite movies, period. So, yeah, it's just, it's incredible. But yeah.
Dude, I want the Endgame cap too. But I have Civil War, so I'm like, it's not different
KG,
enough.
so you got Endgame cap.
Dude, that's a good looking fucking
It is.
figure.
Even a museum pose, he looks sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's awesome. It really is a great figure. But KG, do you think you would get this 2012 cap even though you have Endgame?
It's tough because, you know, I grew up with that film way back in 2012 when I was a kid, and I was watching it with my dad, and that film just left such a, it felt like just the moments in the film, especially with Cap and Iron Man and all the Avengers, the OG6. And, you know, I love the suit, but the problem is that I was going to get this figure if they had reissued like the Thor from that film, the Black Widow, the Hawkeye, or, you know, the Hulk. Then I would have been set on board to get those ones.
Mm-hmm.
However, they didn't, so I just went with the latest versions, the definitive versions of them, and that's what I went with. And I'm not, look, Dean kind of sold me a bit because I was gonna say I'm not gonna get this figure, but now when Dean was talking, I was like, you know, this might end up in my collection. And honestly, it's a beautiful figure. It's very vibrant. It's a nice, colorful Captain America. It's not my favorite suit, but I think it's a great suit to have. Like, you can have like a beginning to the end, the way how he was from the start to end. So yeah, it's a great looking suit. The head sculpt, we know the head sculpt is amazing. And yeah, I think, you know, with the accessories, I mean, the only thing I really like is that staff that he comes with and the whole suitcase with it. I would buy that off of eBay, but I mean,
that's what I want.
You know, it's because I want to recreate that scene where the Cap versus Cap, right? And I saw that in the HK when they had it on display, and I'm just like, I really want to do that, but you know, space and money is a problem with me, so I might pass on it. I'll just wait to see if Sideshow puts it on free shipping. If there's like a discount on it, then I'll be on board with it. But right now it's a pass, not my number one priority. But I am happy for people that are getting it because it's definitely a beautiful piece to have.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really beautiful. But Lynch, fill me in, man. Is this another figure you're buying looking forwards?
Dude, I collect backwards, so I missed out on this figure the first time around, and I'm kind of glad I did because this is such an improvement over the original. And the body, the head sculpt, both the head sculpts, the split cut boot, all the accessories, I'm super stoked on it. And at this rate, it's gonna get here before my Endgame cap. So, you know, it's still on the truck for delivery, and so we'll see.
Your Endgame cap is still on the truck for delivery?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
That's
not
crazy.
happy.
I don't
think
I've ever seen a figure that bad in terms of delays. Like Beskar Mando was pretty delayed, I think, too, to the States, but Endgame Cap was like a whole different level.
I think the next one was Superman, but that was not that worse. The JL Superman was one of them.
It kind of makes me nervous for the Battle Damage 85. Like, I feel like we're going to be waiting like 8 months for that. Like, it's because it's going to be such in demand. Like, Cap was in demand, but 85 is going to be even higher. So, like, everybody's getting that figure. I mean, everybody. So, but Lynch, so you're definitely picking this one up?
Yep, definitely.
All right, Leal, I want to hear your thoughts, man.
Nah, I'm not gonna pick it up.
I'm
not. I just because the thing is, I think what put a bad taste in my mouth is like, I mean, granted, I like it, and I'm not saying it's not an excellent figure, but I got to look at the long haul, and the simple fact that I already have Endgame Cap. You know, I have the concept what was it? Not
Concept
Civil
art
War.
cap.
Yeah, the concept art cap from
Civil War.
Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier, wasn't it?
Winter Soldier? Oh, okay.
Wasn't it from Winter Soldier? Yeah, it was from
so.
Winter Soldier. Yeah, so it was a concept from Winter Soldier. So I already have that one. And on top of that, I mean, I got to figure that I'm making room right now for Sam Wilson once that drops. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's 3 caps. I don't really think I need more than that. As good as this suit looks, and it is a closely related to the closest rendition of a comic concept that you would actually see or find. When it comes to the cap suits. Even though I will say the in-game cap, that with the chainmailed armor on his chest, the chest plate and stuff like that, like that's decent. I mean, and again, that was like one of another one of the closest to it. But yeah, for me, it's a pass because I'm not really. I guess again, the delays on the end-game cap and what everybody had to experience already with that particular figure. And it's just that I'm just over end-game figures right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so over it. Like, I want it to just go away so then we can move on to everything else. Once they just release them all, and mind you, still haven't gotten out. They sent me out a reminder almost 3 months ago about my Thor, in-game Thor. Still haven't received it.
Damn.
Still haven't received it.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on that.
Bro
Right?
Thor. Wow.
No,
Yeah.
still don't have Bro Thor. So this is what I'm looking at with all the delays right now. Is just that I'm so far beyond just the end game, series right now. I just wanted to end. So this one I'm definitely not getting. It's nothing against the figure because it's decent. But again, if you want to accomplish that scene, of course you would have to get 2. I'm not doing that. There's no reason, and because I wouldn't get 2, there's no reason for me to actually have 1 unless I want to go back and look at the original, from Avengers. But yeah, it's just again, it's not something that I need to necessarily have. If it's there, if it's available, then I'll do it. But besides that, right now, no.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think I'm in the same boat, Lael. Dean has sold me a little bit on it, but I think it's one that's ultimately I'm not going to pick up because I just don't feel like I need it. I have endgame cap, and I think that's the ultimate cap as of now. So unless you really love 2012 Avengers or Dean, where you really love the more comic accurate look, or just this suit in general, then yeah, and I think Lynch is right too. I mean, if you waited and you won this round, because I mean this is the one that I think everyone is. It's better than the original leaps and bounds. So it's a great figure. But KG made a really good point. I agree. I think I'm probably going to look on maybe Toy Anxiety or somewhere else later. I really want the scepter in the case.
It's an amazing, it's amazing.
Yeah, I really want that. Maybe pick that up for like $40 or $50 or something. I would totally do that. So I really want that. So that's something I'll probably pick up just without getting the figure. But yeah, it looks cool though. And yeah, and I dropped a poll, guys, in the chat, in the YouTube channel. I'm going to end it real quick and see. But yeah, that poll was really interesting just to kind of see who was getting cap. And I think it was like 62% no. So most people are not getting this cap. So very interesting. Yeah, so we got that underway. So one thing we need to touch on too, and I saw someone in the chat bringing this up earlier, right? Prime 1 Harley Quinn. This is something I think that is a little bit divisive. So we need to touch on this one just because it's a great looking piece, but at the same time, I don't think it's perfect. So let's get into that one. Let me pull up the photo real quick. There we are. Okay, so Prime 1 had their showcase, right? We're going to talk about this in a little more detail, but Prime 1 had their showcase talking about, showcasing their new products coming out, right? They showed Harley, they showed a Bloodsport, they showed a Timothy Chalamet, so KG signed away his likeness, which is very cool. KG's obviously making some money off of that.
It's crazy.
And I know, man, you're getting those likeness money now. So, let's see. So we got that, and then we got Sub-Zero, which we could talk about. We got a Gimli. So yeah, it's a lot to get into. Those showcases are awesome. But nonetheless, let's start going back the way up the previous way we had it before. So Lael, this Harley, she is, just so we can mention it, she is $1,400. So she's pretty pricey. But at the same time, how do you feel about this statue?
It just doesn't look like Harley to me. The head sculpt, I guess, it all comes down to, I always look at production. Once it comes down to production, I can actually see if they've actually made any type of modifications on that head sculpt. But, it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't really look like Harley. You know what I mean? Like, it's not one of those things where I can actually say, it's Margot Robbie. Like, it looks like and I'm trying to, when you're going through it, I'm even trying to find the angles, what I mean, just to kind of see, and it doesn't, to me, it just does not look like Margot Robbie. Now, it's funny because I'm normally the one that doesn't really care about the the head sculpts being a tad bit off. You know what I mean? But this is really, I mean, I don't know. It just looks like a younger version of somebody, but not Harley to me. You know what I mean? It's not Margot Robbie. I don't see it here at all. So, and I had no intentions on getting this anyway.
Right.
But I mean, if they make that modification, then yeah, it's just not, definitely not for me.
Yeah, I'm going to share real quick on the Prime One website instead. But I get what you're saying, Leo. It's definitely a little bit of a tricky one, but
yeah,
it's $1,400, so you got to really love it to pay that much. And
to pay that, exactly.
In a world where J&D exists and they've done a Harley and it's pretty damn good,
you got to step your game up when you see that.
Right.
I mean, when it's coming from J&D,
it's like $700 more, but it's worth it in this case. I think.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it's a better outfit, and I think it's a better sculpt. So
definitely.
Sold out at this point, but still a better overall figure. So Bob Dylan dropped a super chat. Thanks so much, Bob Dylan. I need to stop looking at statues. That is all. Did you see Bob Dylan's post layout about how he's trying to get into statues? He's really thinking. He's like, well, I'm thinking about what if I sell them and this and that. And I'm like, dude, you're thinking too much about it, bro.
Yeah, buddy, you going on that road that's the thing is I'm completely controlled. I haven't ordered another statue. I have no plans on doing unless it's something that I can honestly say that I'm deep into. I mean, statues, you gotta. I mean, because that's a whole different ball game. And if you're trying to do both, you will break yourself. So. Yeah. Like literally, I think when it comes to statues, you have to choose one, and if you decide that you want to do both, at least be, sort of selective about the ones that you choose. Don't just do it for the benefit of just saying, I got into the statue game, I want to collect every one of them. No. And don't just do it because like a lot of us may, or some of us may do it. You know what I mean? You got to you have to be smart. So, yeah, I mean, again, Bob, do what you got to do, bro. But just be careful, man. Be careful, bro.
Yeah. Because Leo, I do both, but you have to be very selective. Those statues are pricey. I mean, $1,400 plus shipping.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Justin already pre-ordered her. So,
wow.
Yeah, he really liked her. So, but he's getting the J&D Harley too.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so he just really he loves the DCEU, So
yeah, I know.
I know. But Lynch, I don't know if you're a big statue guy. Would you consider picking this up?
Dude, there's a few statues that I've been looking at that might get me over the edge into this. Since I'm moving into a house, I'm gonna have room. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. But I like everything about this figure, like the tailoring. Like everything except for the face sculpt. The face sculpt is really off, and if it was spot on, I would probably pick this up. It would probably put me over the edge into buying a statue. So yeah, it's just really close, and I'm not exactly sure why they did that. Maybe it's a likeness thing where they can make it slightly different and they don't have to pay for the likeness. I have no idea, but
I think it's just Prime One. Like, it's funny they've done this with Blitzway too. When they collab with Blitzway, the results are pretty good. So, because basically Prime One typically does everything but the sculpt, and then Blitzway will come in and do the sculpt because they're a little bit better at it. But in this case, they did collab with Blitzway, and it's not awful. Like I think you guys I totally agree with you guys. It's not awful. It's there, but it's like 75%. I feel like it's like there. You know who it is, but it's not. It's not quite perfect. And if you're going to pay $1,400 for it, I feel like it should be damn near perfect.
Right.
So it's just the base is great though.
Everything is great. It's just the head sculpt for me.
Yeah, the javelin.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Something about that head sculpt looks off.
Yeah, see, maybe in person it'd be a little bit better. I think the paint too, like the skin looks a little flat. It looks a little like it looks a little flat there. But so KG, I know you're not a big statue guy, but fill me in. What do you think about this Prime One statue?
I'm buying 5 of them because of the Dune money, so I'm buying 5.
No, because you're rich now. You do.
No, I gotta be honest. Like I love statues. I love seeing people having statues, and I can enjoy it from afar. This statue, it's not that great, and we can go with the same thing with what's the other guy? The Idris Elba
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. We can go to that later on, but it just doesn't look like Margot Robbie. I don't know. I don't see 75%. I can see 35%.
Wow.
I don't see it. I just don't see Margot Robbie. Like in some shots where she's like the side shot, she looks good. But like I said, Prime 1 is just amazing. But sometimes you get some downs, you know. So this is definitely one of those downs. And DC has this weird thing with weapons and guns, and we'll get to that to the other guys, the other Suicide Squad members, and I don't know why. But yeah, like I said, I don't collect statues, but if I did, it will not be this one. If I were to pick up a Prime 1 statue, it would be that Darkseid statue that they announced months back. So yeah, not for me, but yeah. Yeah,
that Darkseid statue is really nice though.
Yeah, it is.
It's massive though. So that one you got to have a lot of space for. It's like damn near Pennywise size. It's like 45 inches big.
Yes, it is.
He's huge.
Leia, are you getting that one? Because you're getting the Weta. I know.
The Weta one is pretty much all I need, bro.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the one. That's all I need. Come to me.
So you're not getting both then?
No, I'm not doing that.
Ah, okay.
As much as I would want to though, because I love Darkseid.
Yeah, I know you do. And Darkseid's your guy. Dean the Dream. What do you think about this Harley, man?
Dude, this is terrible. This is so bad.
Is it really? Look at that angle though.
I don't know who that is. That's not Margot Robbie.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's not.
It's not. And I love Prime 1. If I'm eyeing one right now, I'm trying to sell a bunch of shit so I can buy it. This is not good. I was also going to bring up the thing KG said with the guns.
Yeah.
Because in this scene, she uses a gun. It's fucking hilarious. But they won't put guns in their fucking statues, which doesn't make sense on the other two statues we're going to talk about. But this is bad. I'm doing some art while you guys are talking, and I was like, "What statue is?" Fucking Leal's ripping the statue, and I click over. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's really bad." Yeah. I hadn't seen this. I don't know who that's supposed to be, but
yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't.
I
don't know. Yeah, bro. Like the thing is, and I would expect. Here's the thing: when J&D releases a statue, and then you have time to do the same, of course you're going to look at your competition. I mean, and I think all companies do that. You look at your competition to see if it holds up, and you can't make any excuses after that. There is no excuse for you to release this figure, and you have the advantage because you're like, I think you're one of the first to release this particular version. You know what I mean? There is no excuse to get that head sculpt wrong, like literally. So, yeah, it's no for me.
Yeah.
No.
So Dean, this is definitely a pass for you then. Oh, sorry, Dean, you're muted.
I don't really collect DC anyway, so this would have been a pass either way. That being said, I'm not a fucking animal. Of course, I love Margot Robbie. I wouldn't mind the Harley in my collection somewhere, but like Zach likes to say, not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
This is another one I want to talk about because KG brought up a really good point here. So I'm going to share my preview window real quick. And let's see here. Hide the thumbnails.
This pissed me off.
This is a catastrophe.
Yeah, this is
an insult.
At the same time, it does look good. If we're looking at sort of, oh, sorry, let me go back. So this doesn't look great.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
That is not great.
That's not him.
No.
You would definitely. I feel like it's Margot. Like you see it, but you know who it is. But at the same time, it's not quite there. It's not. Something's off about it. And
maybe. Oh well.
Sorry, go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I think you said it. Or someone said it. Like maybe they, just to get these pieces out there to like get some buzz going.
Yeah.
They didn't have the likeness rights, and they just put sculpts out there that are like, eh. Does that make sense?
I don't think so because Prime 1 has
like
DC. They have DC license, so if they're going to go in, if they're going to compete, they got to do it well. So that's the problem. But I mean, with the helmet on, he looks great.
Well, yeah.
with no gun. But I mean, but yeah, like that's the point. Like, I'm not sure what this deal is with Warner Bros. Why they won't let companies make or market products with guns.
Yeah.
I don't. Why?
Yeah,
Do you
it's
guys
like,
have any idea why that is?
That works for Batman. Not to get. Well, I don't even want to say it.
It's all right, don't then. But I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, even with the Joker, the J&D, they're including the machine gun, but they couldn't market the product with it.
Right.
So it was very odd. Like, I'm not sure why Warner Bros. Is uptight about that. But even like they made the DC figs from the Suicide Squad, like the kind of like Marvel Legends type figures, right? And and Bloodsport did not come with a gun.
No.
So
Peacemaker came with a sword.
Yeah, it's just like, what is the deal with this? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So we don't know whether or not they're going to release like maybe accessories to it, like that would have the gun. They're not saying anything, or there's no plans for it.
Yeah, nothing yet. So and
Maybe
basically
when you
just
open
in
the
this
box,
post.
you'll get a surprise. Like, oh.
I don't know.
I mean,
What do they live in the Dune universe? What the hell? Where's all the guns?
yeah, exactly,
I don't know,
bro.
man.
It does look good. It's just with the helmet on, I think it would be a good piece. But without the gun, it just doesn't have as much presence. Like,
nah.
I don't. What do you think, Leo?
That's the thing, man. Like, I mean, as much as I'm just gonna hold out and hopefully we see something. I mean, and the thing is, I can't even hold out for Hot Toys to release any 1/6 scale figures of this, this particular character. Maybe J&D might do it now that they see that there's an interest. I think J&D would definitely, they would actually hit the mark a bit. Well, we already know that J&D is on top of everything, bro. Like, they're like what 5-0 for me when it comes to things, bro. Like, seriously, like they kill it. But this piece, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, if you can't get it right, just don't release it at all. That's just my motto, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just for this, I don't know, man. Like, I'm very disappointed in it because number one, it's just like it's just a museum pose. There's nothing to it. You know what I mean? There's no interest for me to actually just pick it up. And the thing is, if it had been half damn near decent, I'd have probably considered it. But it's just not. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, what are they doing? Like, I mean, and off the showcase, I'm not going to say that they didn't have some interesting pieces because they did. It's just when it comes to this line, when it comes to like the Suicide Squad line, they missed the mark, bro. They literally did. They really did.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I love Bloodsport as much as you, Leo. I mean, Bloodsport was awesome. I mean, Suicide Squad was great. I think he was the best part of it. He really was. I mean, Idris Elba freaking killed it. But it's just, I mean, there's really not a lot going on with this piece, I think. And I don't know if that's all the fault of Prime 1. I mean, that's a very simple base. It's very, like, there's no guns. What are you going to give him? You put him in a museum pose. He just doesn't look as cool that way,
Yeah.
Like, give him something. I guess that's more Warner Bros. Fault. Prime 1's kind of in a box there. They can't put guns with him, so what are you gonna do? I mean, it's just so restrictive. But KG, what do you think? Do you think this statue turned out pretty good, or?
Here's the thing: when you're doing a museum pose, don't buy a statue. Like, if you're gonna buy a statue, it has to be in a dynamic pose. Like, this is just a boring statue. I'm sorry, but I love Bloodsport. Like, if I wanted Hot Toys to do a Bloodsport. Like, to me, he was the best character in that film. I don't know about you guys, but he was my favorite part of the film.
Yeah,
I think
this head sculpt is horrible. It's horrendous. I'm telling you, it does not look anything like Idris Elba. It just doesn't look like him. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know what's this weird thing with no guns. I don't know what the reason is. But like I said, if you're gonna buy a statue, it has to be in a dynamic pose. Like that Harley, that is a museum pose, but it's a good museum pose. You know what I'm saying? This is just it's sort of like a boring pose. Nothing's exciting about it. It's not effective, right? So for me, if I get into the statue game, I'm gonna buy something that's more dynamic and just shows, who the character is. This is not showing anything. It's just a guy wearing a costume and just, standard pose. That's it. So for me, it's a pass. If I had the money for it, it would definitely be a pass anyway. So, yeah.
Leo, did you see Linda's comment? She might be onto something.
What'd she say?
She said the whole no guns thing may be because Hot Toys isn't doing it. So maybe that's the reason they're not doing it. Because they feel like they can't do it right. But I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to not do it though, because I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, this statue right now looks like something I would see at Madame Tussauds. Like literally, like if they were trying to do an Idris Elba, this is exactly what it would look like. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, then why even release the figure in general? You know what I mean? Because that was the key feature of Bloodsport. You know, the amount of artillery and weaponry that he actually has. So for you not to do it makes absolutely no sense. So
he needs
I don't know.
It's a pivotal part of his
Yeah,
character.
it is.
Integral,
That's who he is. Bloodsport. That's the reason why we like this character. So I don't know.
Yeah. Lynch, so is this a statue you would pick up?
Dude, this thing is so bad. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Killing time one tonight.
Like, I really love this character, and this is just bad all the way around.
Yep.
KG is right. If you want a statue, it should be dynamic. It should. I mean, this is a stoic pose and everything, but it's boring as fuck. And his face sculpt is so bad; it doesn't even look like him at all. This is a pass, a hard pass. This would never get me into statue collecting. If somebody said, "Hey, you should get into statues," and you see this shit,
No.
you're out.
Right.
Just savage.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my take.
Yeah, it's interesting. You guys bring up a really good point too about statues being dynamic. I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. I think it's highly dependent on the character. It's very specific to the character. Like, but Bloodsport is the one where I feel like a dynamic statue would work better. Like, I mean, it's just he's a very combative character. Like he has like Lael said, a lot of artillery, a lot of weaponry, and things like that. So he probably needs. I mean, without it, it's just not going to look right.
Because the thing is, you don't know who this character is. You have no. Like without his weaponry, no one would know who this character was. Like no one would really know or
Your
have
casual
an interest.
fan would not know. Yeah.
No, the casual fan wouldn't. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't make sense to release this figure this way. On top of that, like, and the thing is, it's like the sculpt is just way too shiny, bro. Like it is extra shine. It's like it has a sheen on it. Like I don't know. Like he put a whole bunch of Vaseline on his face or something. I'm just like, come on, man. Like. Like it to me, I mean, the selling point, for this particular character is his artillery, is the simple fact that he has nanotech. You know what I mean? Like, so that is the selling point for this character, and to really deprive him of that is a disservice to the character in general. So why even do it if you have no intentions on releasing something like that,
Yeah, and here's the thing too, Will, is that you're right. Some statues can work with the museum post, like for instance that J&D Heath Ledger Joker. That pose is amazing.
Yeah.
Like for certain, like you're right, certain characters it could work, but characters like this, Spider-Man, some to name, those are meant to be in a dynamic pose. I don't know, that's just me. But like Joker, like Heath Ledger Joker, museum pose is great. So
yeah, because there's one more. I'm gonna stop sharing real quick just so I can add one more photo to the list here. But essentially, like, there's one more I want to show you guys of an up close shot. Let's see here. Yeah, because I think, this is a crucial one. Let's see, hide sidebar. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because I think you guys are right. I mean, it's a little rough. Like, I don't think it's maybe as terrible as you guys do, but I do think, it's one of those that if you don't have, hold on, let me stop sharing real quick. If you're not gonna, if you're one of the people that really wants to use the head sculpt, then this is just not going to be one that you need. I mean, it's no. I mean, like you can't. It's unusable. I feel like it just is. So I mean, it's a mess. But seriously, let me show you guys this one pic real quick. Sorry, the program was just glitching out there. Here we go. Yeah, see up close with the helmet on. Not bad.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I like that, and I feel like there's a lot of weathering and sort of detail on the outfit, but it's just the pose and I don't know. The pose just isn't grabbing me. I think you guys feel the same.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Dean, do you agree with the consensus here?
I mean, dude, if you fuck up the helmet, like, don't make it at all, right? Like,
right.
This looks fine.
Yeah,
I think this looks
good.
great. But like Liao said, like, the face sculpt looks wet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Idris Elba's a really handsome guy. Maybe he fucking just glows like unnaturally. Like, I don't know.
He is very handsome.
That dude is like ridiculously good looking. So I don't know, but yeah, I think, dude, like they gotta come out of the box looking completely different to redeem these photos, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if I'm not getting weaponry that this character deserves, at least give me the fucking head sculpt.
Yeah.
It's like the no weapons, no pose, and no head sculpt. Like, don't give me this. Don't make it.
Right.
You're wasting your time. But I don't know.
It sucks too because he's such a cool character.
Yeah,
He's such a cool character.
like you guys
Such a
said, he
disservice.
made.
But
the
it's not
movie.
Prime 1's fault, really. I mean, the head sculpt, yeah, but like the lack of weapons thing is not their fault. So
No, but dude, I mean, I guess you can't really give him a cooler pose without a gun. So like, I don't know, like, this whole thing is a huge miss for me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I think so too. So
I don't
guys,
know. It's just like
sorry, go
again
ahead.
the Suicide Squad line that they're releasing is I don't know what's going on with them. The only thing I can probably see him getting right is King Shark.
King Shark, yeah.
yeah, because he doesn't have any weapons. So
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know.
And I'd be okay with a museum pose with that one, actually, if they actually do them.
Yep.
Yeah. They did do something that I think at least 2 of our panel members are going to like. And I'm going to share that right now with you. So, KG, how do you feel about your likeness?
I bought 10 of these.
You
I'm
bought
buying
10?
10 of these. I'm buying 10 of these, yeah.
Are you going to give them to
Yeah.
everyone in the panel? Because we didn't get our
course,
tickets.
yeah.
So,
What? No, I bought. What are you doing? I got you guys tickets.
nah, man. My mail never
Where's
came. My
our
tickets
Death
never
Watch Mandos that you were going to buy too? Watch
came.
Oh, no, they're
Exactly. See,
coming.
Lynch? There
No,
we
they're
go.
coming. They're coming. No, but honestly, this statue is amazing. Like, I watched the film at least 4 times now, and I just every time I watch it, I love it every time. And this statue is amazing. Like, see, when we talk about sculpts with Prime 1 Studios, like those 2 previous ones were horrible. This one is actually decent. Like, I look great. Look at me. It's amazing. Right?
never look
So,
Yeah.
I mean, no. Like, on a serious note, I think it looks great, and I hopefully they do make it. And this might be. I might consider this one. I really, I
Really?
am.
You
I
might do it?
consider it. I might. I'm this close.
A
If they do
statue
it, I
of
might.
yourself.
Yeah, of course, me. Man, but yeah, it's a
It
great
is great,
statue.
though. It is
Yeah, it
great.
is.
And look at the armor and stuff on it. I mean, there's a lot of detail and a lot of different.
Man, I
lot
look
going on.
good. I look
Yeah,
good.
You do look good. Man.
Yeah.
You look great in that armor. So, Leo, I know you said you're not getting this, even though you love Dune. Give me your thoughts.
No, I'm not going to get it, but I do like the statue. I think it looks really, really good, and to see that we're getting something other than just the typical DC IP, Marvel IP, whatever. Like, we're getting something completely different. For them to take chances with something like this, yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy. Like, I mean, to the point where I would definitely wait and see what the final product looks like, and if it's decent. I mean, it's considerable. It's really considerable. But I mean, as of right now, I'm not going to get it. But yeah, it is crazy. It's dope. I love it.
You're probably looking like 1,200, 1,100,
Yeah.
1,200. Yeah.
Yeah, it is decent. I do like it.
Yeah. It does look good. And the sculpt actually looks pretty good on this one. I
Yeah.
think this is actually one of the good ones. And the hair. I
Yeah,
think they nailed
and
that.
the thing is, considering the simple fact that I kind of helped work out the deal for KG's likeness, which I earned my 10%. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So yeah, like they can produce as many as they want. It's money in my pocket, KG's pocket. We all win. Let's go.
So everybody needs to pre-order this. Yeah.
Exactly.
Leo
Everybody
needs his
pre-order
10%.
this, and I need my 10%. Come on.
Classic age. So Lynch, I don't know if you saw Dune, but if so, what did you think, and would you pick this up?
Dude, Dune was sick.
Yes.
And the statue is sick, but I don't have to buy it because KG's going to hook us up, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
So all
So
of you
we're
guys,
all
don't
good.
worry.
We're all covered.
You heard him say he was
Just pay
buying 10 of them.
10%. Pay
I'm
10%
buying
of
10
the
of them,
cost
dude.
and send it to Leo, and then
He said he was
Yeah.
buying 10 of them. So there we go.
Okay.
Then we're hooked up.
I'm paying for the shipping. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. There's video footage of this. So y'all heard
Exactly.
it.
Yeah,
You heard it first. You heard it.
KG said he would pay for shipping. It's live.
Yeah.
Live. Yeah.
I think it's awesome. The detail, the head sculpt. I like everything about this.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not a big statue guy yet, and I feel like if I go over that edge, I'm really screwed because I really will be in every lane.
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome. It's definitely sick.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool would it be if they actually made his dad as well? And some other lines. I think that would be pretty cool. Some of the other figures, statues from this line.
Duncan,
That's an interesting
Idaho.
point, KG. I wonder how deep they would dive into this line. I don't think they would go super deep. Maybe one other statue.
Maybe the Zendaya one. That's what I think. Maybe
Zendaya
might
would be cool.
the one.
Zendaya would be cool. Probably she's just not in it enough, you know. So
Yeah.
and the second one she will be.
Second one, she will definitely be in a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. So
2023. Let's go.
Hey, yeah.
October.
So Dean, would you consider picking? I don't know if you watched Dune, but would you consider picking up this Paul?
Dude, I want a Paul figure so bad.
Yeah, right.
I think honestly, I'd rather have a Hot Toys than a statue of him.
True story.
Yes.
True story.
Cheaper, you could put him in a pose. Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. But I mean, if Hot Toys doesn't make it, which I mean,
It's not
they
happening.
probably won't. They don't really stray too far away from, fucking Star Wars and Marvel, and every once in a while, maybe a fucking, different movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see Hot Toys touching Dune at all. Maybe when the second movie comes out and they're like, oh shit, people actually really like it. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't know, dude. I don't think I like Paul enough to spend this kind of money.
Yeah.
But if money wasn't an object, like I could just, fucking spend to my heart's content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd pick this up.
How dare you, Dean? No, I'm just kidding.
Disrespecting KG to his face.
No, I'm sorry, KG. I want a figure of KG, but
That's true. Bob Jones said, why buy the statue when I can look at KG whenever I want?
Right.
True.
There you go. Right. See, you're learning.
yeah, I think this statue's gorgeous, dude.
Yeah. This is one they nailed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, guys, on to the, if I can get to the next one. This guy. So
Is
this
Gimli?
actually, yeah, Gimli. Exactly.
Okay.
They announced Gimli because Prime One is deep into the Lord of the Rings line right now. They're going real deep. They announced the Boromir that's going to come out. They've done Sauron. They've done the Nazgul or the Ring Wraiths. They've done Legolas, Aragorn, Frodo, and Gimli. They haven't done Frodo and Gollum. They haven't done Sam yet, but they're going real deep, and they're really going to hit every Lord of the Rings character. They haven't done a Gandalf yet though, so that could happen anytime. But so you guys are all Lord of the Rings fans, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So is anyone getting any Lord of the Rings statues? I'm getting Sauron. Is anyone else getting anything?
No.
Dude, Sauron's one of those characters you could just have Sauron on your shelf and you're fine.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
But dude, you can't have Aragorn by himself, dude. You need Legolas and you need Gimli.
Right.
You can't have Frodo by himself. You need at least Sam, if not also Gollum.
Right.
It's just one of those ensemble movies, dude. Like, and when you're talking about $1,200 a statue minimum, not including tax and shipping,
Right.
there's no way. There's no way I'm dipping my toe in that hot tub.
That hot tub. So this is a pass for you, Dean. But KG,
Yeah,
what do you think?
I mean, they're fantastic, but I just couldn't justify
Yeah.
the price.
I think this one's actually sculpt-wise a little bit better than Aragorn and Legolas, probably because he has a helmet on, so it's a little bit easier. You're only getting half the face correct, but this is a really dynamic pose. So KG, this is what you were talking about, I think.
Yeah, so listen, I'm trying to get into Lord of the Rings. I still haven't finished the first film. I heard it's great. But you know what? I know nothing about Lord of the Rings. But like I said, dynamic poses when it comes to statues, they have presence. Like this one has presence. Even though I know nothing about it, Lord of the Rings, zero. I think a lot of people are interested just because it's dynamic. It just shows the character, right? It shows what the character's capable of. And that's what but for me, I know nothing about it, but I'm happy for people who are getting it if this comes out. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's a really cool piece. I mean, it really is. So maybe he'll be cheaper, though, because he's so small, right? I mean, maybe this is $800 or $900 because he's so small. He has a very intricate base, but
That's true.
Yeah, but he has a dwarf, so I mean, yeah. So he's pretty small. So Lynch, Big Lord of the Rings fan, it sounds like. Would you consider
Huge Lord
diving
of the
in?
Rings
Or would you
fan.
dive into this line then?
No, you know why? Because I have OCD and I'm a completionist, and this would really fuck my entire life up.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
Because here's the deal: that this is fantastic. All of them are, and I would have to buy all of them, and then I wouldn't be moving into a house. I'd be moving into a cardboard box, and I'm not exactly sure that would work out. So,
Well, actually, Prime 1 boxes are fucking huge.
yeah, you can live in a Prime 1 box. That's true. Dean has a good point there. You
you
live
go.
nice and cozy.
But yeah, I mean, these are fantastic. If I had a shit ton of money, I would definitely be looking at these because they're just amazing, and I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. It really is great. And I
Yeah.
can't wait. That's Sauron. Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
but that's what I was thinking about the ensemble cast. Like
Yep.
Lynch nailed it. It's like
You have
I
to get
can't
them all.
just have Aragorn.
Nah.
Like that's why I don't collect 6 scale Lord of the Rings figures either. I really want a Gandalf, but like maybe you could have Gandalf by himself, but it's like, dude, you could put him with Bilbo, you could put him with Frodo, you could put him with anybody. Really, he fucking hangs out with everybody in those movies.
Yeah.
It's hard, dude. And for how much I love Lord of the Rings, dude, it's really hard not fucking jumping down that rabbit hole. I will say, I'm getting into the 6 scale ring wraiths. There's a third party one coming out, and I already have. I pre-ordered 2 of those, and then I have 3 other ones here. They're like old Toy Biz ones because they ride in packs of 5 ring wraiths. So
Right.
yeah, so it's like I got that covered. I got that squad covered.
Yeah.
So that'll probably satisfy my Lord of the Rings appetite, but
Yeah. Dude.
I would love to own the statue.
Yeah, because it's with statues like this, it's so hard to complete a line, if not impossible. Because unless you're just like a fucking baller, where you can make it rain every night and just drop $1,200 on any statue you want, like the rest of us, we're like budgeting. That's like 4 Hot Toys. So that's something we have to budget out, and it's I mean, you can't. With statues, I've always said it's so hard to complete a line. I never feel the urge to do it because it's just not possible. Like you can't do it. So with Gimli, you're right. He does kind of, unless you just love, if Gimli's your favorite Lord of the Rings character, then you could get Gimli and be happy. But otherwise, you're going to need Legolas and Aragorn at minimum. So yeah, you need those 2, and you would have those 3, I think, and it would look really badass. But I want to give an update, guys. I ran a couple polls. Are you getting 2012 Cap? No, 63%. We had 33 votes on that one. So 2012 Cap seems like he's getting slept on a little bit. And then I ran another one about the Paul Atreides. And considering buying the Prime 1 Paul, no, 81% on 27 votes. So, and then Gimli, I'm going to end this one right now. That one didn't run as long. Let me see if I can get KG in the chat. Make sure to hit like if you want the Wonka tickets. Yeah. But that one will drop soon. But basically, I think people are going to sleep on this Gimli a little bit too. Because I think if you were to get a Lord of the Rings statue and just get one, I don't think this would be it. I mean, you'd probably get Sauron, right? Or if not, you'd get maybe Aragorn, just one. Frodo and Gollum. Like maybe a ring wraith. Like it wouldn't be this one, I feel like. But not that it's saying it's not great. It's a great addition to the line. It's just
That's the thing. Like, look, you're talking about Lord of the Rings. From my aspect of it, Lord of the Rings, third most, incredible trilogy of greatest trilogies of all time. You know what I mean? But it's just a simple fact that I'm already deep into a couple of IPs already. And then on top of that, we're talking statues. You know what I mean? To have that much money to drop, again, we're talking statues. I don't have the money to drop like that on statues like that. You know what I mean? Right. It has to stay. And like, now, granted, with me saying that, I already have a few of them that are coming. A few statues that I have, that I'm waiting on once they're released. But I was very selective about it. And I'm like Lynch. You know what I mean? I'm a completionist. So I can't just have one without actually having the other ones to kind of complement. You know what I mean? And just imagine how much that would actually be if you did something like that. And spacing on top of that, I mean, as much space as I've had down here in my office, still no.
Yeah, if you're going to complete this line, you're paying at least $10,000.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because you're getting what with the Uruk-hai, you're getting Boromir, you're getting Aragorn, Legolas, Sauron, Frodo, and probably 15,000. You're probably paying more than 15,000. Like that should be your only thing in your collection then. Like it's only Lord of the Rings, and that's all you collect. Like otherwise, if you want to dip your feet in multiple hot tubs, as Dean says, then it's just not possible. So.
No, I think you have to really love Lord of the Rings in order to get all of them.
Yeah.
Or refinance your life.
Live in the box, like Lynch said.
Yep.
The Gimli, so I said, are you considering buying Prime 1 Gimli? I ended a little bit shorter, so only 15 votes, but 93% no. So, I think the people are sleeping on Gimli for sure. So,
I think they're sleeping on these pieces. Number one is because besides the Gimli and the Paul Atreides, bro, it's just like, the thing is, it's like you want enticement, you want quality. And like I said, it's like, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but like what they did with those Suicide Squad statues was just like, come on, man.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very disappointing. But again, like, I mean, they did drop some heat. It's just that none of these outside of Atreides and Gimli. And then on top of that, I mean, again, it's just like, there's I think right now there's more 6-scale collectors than there are statue collectors right now.
Yeah, it might be.
And it's just mainly because of pricing. You know what I mean? When we're talking about how much it costs to get a statue. Now, granted, it's not to say that, people aren't excited about statues. Hell, if I could have every last one of them, I would. It's just that, damn, when I look at those prices, I'm like...
Prices,
yeah, I'll stick with 6-scale.
Can't survive that one. Yeah.
I'll stick with 6-scale, yeah.
Did these guys do the Batman on the throne in his Batcave?
Yep.
Well, that might put me over the edge to refinance my life.
That one is really good. Really good. They did a Batman from the new Pattinson movie too. The Batman. That looks great. I think Justin's getting that one.
Yeah, that one looks good too.
So, and Lynch, thanks so much, man. You're on the panel, still dropping $20 super chat bombs.
That's his thing. He's going to tell you. That's my thing.
He's got to refinance his box, dude. He's dropping too many super chats. Dropping too many super chats. And Lewis Libbets, thank you so much, Lewis. Happy Halloween to you all and everyone in the chat. Happy Halloween to everyone out there.
Yeah, happy Halloween, guys.
Definitely.
No, I wish that Prime 1 can start getting into the Star Wars license and also the Marvel license, because I think there's a lot. Because I know you will. I know you want a Loki statue from them, and I think they would do an amazing job.
I think Queen's gonna do that. I think Queen's gonna do the Loki.
Right, and they've kept DC, they've kept some of their other like anime license, but I think that if Prime 1 takes a shot with those licenses, those franchises, I think they could bring out some amazing stuff. So.
Yeah, the problem is I think Sideshow owns the statue license for Star Wars, so only they are going to make them. So
imagine if J&D actually owned a license for Star Wars.
Besides like maybe XM makes a Revan or something a little more obscure. They made a Darth Maul and stuff. So, but it's sometimes they're not licensed in the States, so it's kind of a little bit tricky. Like Iron Studios made the Mando, wasn't licensed in America, so that's the kind of deal. So, but overall though, I think this Gimli is nice, but at the same time, it's just there's a lot going on. This one, I don't know if this excited anyone but me.
I'm excited for this one.
It might just be me, because Sub-Zero from the Mortal Kombat film. They didn't really show much of him. They showed they should go in a little bit closer and get rid of the shadow. It's not painted yet. It's just basically like a sculpt. So he's in a museum pose here, but I highly doubt that's going to be the only option. He's probably going to have some sort of ice effects or something, right? So they said they're only got the plans for one right now, but they're going to make others probably later. So I could see them making a scorpion. I could see
they have to.
If they make a Sub-Zero, they have to make a scorpion and make it a diorama piece. Make it a
they have
diorama
to. It's a
piece.
pair. It's a pair. They have to.
But
do
see,
it.
this is what I'm saying. Like, are they just going to leave it? Again, we're talking about Scorpio and Scorpion and Sub-Zero, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't just leave them in just a museum pose, bro. Like,
No,
it makes absolutely no sense.
That's
like,
why this one's a museum pose. They got to change it. Yeah,
they have to. It has to be more dynamic, man. Like, I mean, because that's when you're going to get a feel of the character. Like, it would make more sense.
Scorpion's got to be throwing the spear.
Right.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero's got to be.
They have like an ice beam or something.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, see, that would be cool. You guys haven't played. I don't know if you played God of War, but Prime 1 made the Baldur and Kratos set, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
They're like fighting each other, so you can put them next to each other, and it's like a big diorama set piece. Like,
there you go.
That's, I think, would work perfectly for Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So, and I think some people are gonna want the video game version, but I would get a video game version, but I love the movie version. The movie version.
I like it too.
Really?
Joe Taslim absolutely killed it. killed
Dude,
it.
he's sick.
Yeah.
That guy is sick.
He's ridiculous. They have to keep telling him on the set to slow down because he was too fast for the other actors. And he was doing the stunts because he's like a Brazilian like jiu-jitsu guy, right? So
he's a judo.
Yeah, judo.
guy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So the guy is insanely athletic, and he pulled
the
off.
guy that played Scorpion was awesome too.
Dude, he's like 60.
He was good too.
Yeah. He was pulling off those stunts awesomely. So,
yeah.
I know.
He's like a natural fighter too, bro. He's not just like a brilliant actor, but he's a natural fighter. So yeah.
That opening scene was like John Wick shit. That was like
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for the sequel. The sequel's gonna be good.
I know. I know, Leo, you didn't love the film as much as me, but it's a great. Would you pick up this Sub-Zero maybe?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not dynamic, bro.
Like maybe if it were dynamic.
If it were dynamic, it'd be something totally different. But like I said, I can't just have like a Sub-Zero standing in like just a museum pose, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're doing just like a disservice. But I mean, it's just like everything I'm seeing is just museum. You know what I mean? So it's just like, probably not.
Yeah, but it's still a cool piece, and I'm hoping they give some sort of switch out option. But so KG, I know statues, and you liked Mortal Kombat. It sounds like if they put this guy in a dynamic pose or give some sort of switch out, maybe an alternate torso or some ice effects, would you consider buying this?
I'm there. If they do it,
okay.
If they do it, I might just try to make some money up to try to get it, because I agree with Lael. When it comes to Sub-Zero and these characters, like we can give some characters like, okay, we can understand museum pose, but when it comes to Sub-Zero, they have to put him in dynamic pose. If you played the video game, if you watch him in the film, he does some amazing stuff, right? So I would love for them to have sort of like where you get the other half and you connect the Scorpion with the other half, like base connecting, so they can actually like fight together. That would be sick if they do it. But yeah, like I agree with you, Lael. I think it should with statues, like I said, always dynamic scene, especially Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is one of those characters where you just cannot put him in that museum pose. There's no way.
He's too
but
dynamic.
I can't wait to see the final product and see how it looks if they do put it on pre-order. Because I might hit that pre-order button.
I think they will. And for the longest time, because I loved Mortal Kombat, and for the longest time I was like, if anyone tackles this license, it's probably going to be Prime 1.
I like the film too. The film was good. I don't think it was Oscar-worthy film, but I think it was a popcorn film, if that makes sense. It was a good film to watch. I didn't expect anything good about it. I loved it. It was an entertaining, fun film to watch, and I can't wait for the sequel. So
yeah. So Lynch, what are you laughing at? Lael disappearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He just totally disappeared. Honestly, but so Lynch, did you see the Mortal Kombat film? Would you pick up a Sub-Zero if you were dynamic?
If he
was too itchy, I'm sorry. It was just too itchy. I couldn't do it.
I can't take this off.
It was too itchy, bro. I had to.
Oh, yeah. It's all good, man. So
if
Lynch,
it was dynamic, like you have to have Scorpion throwing the spear, and you got to have Sub-Zero countering him.
Yeah.
And it has, I mean, we've already gotten these before in a third scale, like statues they've done from the video game. So
I think PCS did those,
Yeah, so I think that it would have to be dynamic, and then it might make me homeless. Yeah.
And this is Warner Bros, but I would have a hard time believing they couldn't put him with ice effects. I mean, like
because of weapons and things like that.
They're fine with everything and not guns. Like if they gave Scorpion his knife, like his kunai, I think that would be fine, right? But or Sub-Zero some ice effects or an ice sword, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that could put me over the edge to get these.
Yeah. So Dean, did you not like the Mortal Kombat film?
Dude, if this statue was the most dynamic statue on the planet, lights and sounds, the actor himself would come install it in my house. I still wouldn't buy it.
Oh shit.
The movie, I don't know. The movie wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But it wasn't great.
Nah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the designs. But yeah, Scorpion, even if you had him just standing there, put his fucking hand out with the thing coming out of it. Like,
yeah, man. Like, at least.
Like, that's bare minimum, bro. like just pick one arm up and put it 90 degrees. Like, they couldn't do that. This is boring. This is a disservice to the character.
It is, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they could at least give us a dynamic pose, man. Yeah, because the thing is, I appreciated the characters in the film. Like, when they were fighting, I really appreciated these characters. And Sub-Zero he stole the show. He was menacing, bro. But it was just like, come on, man. Like, this? Really? I could standing like this? Come on, man. Just give us some type of dynamic.
Do you guys think if they make a sequel, will Hot Toys take the license for it?
Nope.
You don't think so?
No, Hot Toys wouldn't tackle this. It's not It's not that popular where Hot Toys feels the need to jump in. I don't feel that.
Makes sense.
No, I think some company got the 1/6 license for this film, but I forget. It's like a very smaller, unknown company, I think. But I'd be interested to see what they look like. But yeah, I mean, because Scorpion and Sub-Zero, if Prime 1 fixes these and puts Sub-Zero in a more, maybe it's a swappable torso or something, right? Where you can put him in a dynamic pose with some ice effects and Scorpion with his kunai, like then, yeah, for sure, I would get both and make a diorama. But
I don't know, man. Prime 1, this showcase, they've been lazy. I don't know, the poses and the paint apps, some of them they're lazy work. In my opinion, I don't know.
Yeah, I still love the showcase, but yeah, this Sub-Zero. I mean, I still am super excited for it. I still might get him in this form because I love him so much. But I would want. You guys are right on this one. Sub-Zero is a dynamic character. He needs to be in something more exciting.
Yeah. What's the scale?
It should be. I don't think they announced it, but probably a third or quarter.
Third scale. Oh,
one or the other. Yeah, third or quarter. It might be quarter. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So it seems like 88% are saying no to Sub-Zero. So it doesn't look like he's going to be super popular, at least among the people we have here tonight. But yeah, someone was asking too, and I want to see if I can cycle through to this one to get there. Let's see. Hold on. This. So this is what someone was asking about, right? They were asking us about this Queen Studios Black Widow set, right? So these are real nice, but they're a little bit polarizing. I think I've definitely seen opinions all over the map for these two. So the good thing is you can see here the white suit has an edition size of 600 and the black suit is to be determined. So that's probably going to be based on how many pre-orders they get in a certain amount of time. So would either of you guys consider picking this up? We'll start with you, Leia. Would you prefer one over the other? Would you get both? What do you think?
I would definitely consider the black suit.
Okay.
Right off the bat. I mean, that's something that's been in consideration heavily. So yeah, definitely the black suit. The white suit now because I'm just over time. That's what I have to look at over time. But now, if J&D releases one,
they might. They might.
Yeah,
they're going to capture the market off this, bro. If they do that, I mean, but and it's not to say that I don't have faith in Queen Studio because I'm actually getting that I'm getting the Wonder Woman. That's coming, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, this piece definitely it is in consideration because I do love Black Widow. I love Scarlett Johansson's portrayal of the character, so definitely. I mean, it is, but I mean, again, it depends. I do want to see the finished. I mean, but it's one of the things that you can't wait. You have to really, really get it and order it now because it'll sell out. But you just have to hope that the final product would be on point. You know what I mean? So, but if I had to choose between the white and the black, it would definitely be the black.
I'm with you there. Bob Dylan asked, "Why is the white suit $65 more?" I think it's the hair. I think the hair is longer.
Possibly.
The hair is longer, so it's a little bit more work. So it's $65 more. So, but that might be a detriment to people. If you're choosing, is that enough? I mean, I think most people are going to go for the black suit. What do you guys think? Do you guys think so? I mean, what do you think, Lynch?
I think so. I mean, the classic black suit is Black Widow to me. And, I'm really on the fence on this one. I really like this statue, but I kind of want to wait to see what the lighting is like on the final product because I think the lighting is really screwing up what the likeness actually is. At least I'm hoping. I am hoping that it's the lighting that's screwing this up for me.
Yeah.
That makes it look more like a anime character than like a Kotobukiya. It looks more like a Kotobukiya than an actual what it should be.
Yep.
So I want to wait to see what it looks like, but I may pick this up. But to go back to Lael's Wonder Woman, I did see, I don't know who made it, but there's a Linda Carter Wonder Woman statue.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yep.
And
the old school version.
Yeah, and that might make me get a statue because I love the Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Hell yeah,
awesome.
Bro. See, Lynch? See, man?
Yep.
I'm with you, Leia. That wig is too hot, man.
Bro, I told you, bro. It's too hot. I told you, man.
It's
I
too
told
hot,
you.
After a while.
I told you.
But so, and like, I think you guys probably agree. The price on these, I think, is right. I mean, a quarter scale. I mean, this is pretty good.
The price is right.
Bro, the price, literally, I don't think there's anything wrong with this price compared to the simple fact that how much it could be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this price. I think it's spot on. You know what I mean? So, I'm just interesting. I'm interested in seeing, definitely what the final product would look like. But yeah, I have no problems with this, man.
Yeah, and I think overall, though, Black Widow is a very popular character, but I think if people can get the Hot Toys for a third of the price, they're going to do that and just stick with that, probably. I think a lot of people are going to pass on these Black Widows just because, do you want to pay 3 times for a quarter scale versus a 6 scale? Do you love Black Widow that much, That's, I think, the questions collectors are going to ask themselves. So, KG, what do you think?
I don't see her, man. I don't see the likeness. I think it's just, maybe it's the lighting. For me personally, like, I might be the minority here, but I'm not a fan of the statue. Neither of them. I don't see Scarlett Johansson in the sculpt. Maybe it's the lighting, like what Lynch said. It might be the lighting, because she kind of looks like an animated character in the sculpt. I don't know. She looks like a cartoon. I don't know what it is.
If you look at some of the, can you go through the photos, Will? Like a couple.
Yeah, if we can go through the photos, maybe it might change my.
Some angles, it looks right on.
Yeah, right. Some angles do.
Yeah.
But when they announced that cap, I was like, that's a perfect cap. I know that Brendan's picking that up, and it's a great looking cap. And the price is fairly decent. I think the price for with these 1/4 scales are really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if I had to pick, if there's one statue I'd buy, it would not be that. I love Black Widow, but I don't love Black Widow for that price.
It just depends on the angle. Like that.
That looks good. I think this one looks better.
There's another angle too.
There's another one.
So do it.
Like that.
Keep going.
There's the back of the hair, like that.
Right there. Right there.
That's
right
good.
there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Her.
Yeah, I think it's all to the lighting. I think it's just lighting. If you can find the right angle and it looks good.
They shared some too, I think, like of the sculpt, like up close, on their Facebook. I thought it was on here somewhere. Queen Studios shared it.
Did you?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like
right
it's kind of like someone shared that. That's what it looks like up close. That looks pretty good.
It's not that bad. Yeah, I could see it.
Great work.
But yeah, like if I had to pick one Black Widow statue, if it's the white or the black one, it'll be the black one. And black one just looks better. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts.
Yeah. So what do you think, Dean? What do you think about this Black Widow?
Oh, dude, this statue's fucking sexy, bro.
It is.
Like, look at that shot. That's really cool. With that base.
Dude, this is like...
Yeah.
This is like a fucking, 19-year-old Scarlett Johansson.
19.
I think she looks way too young for the portrayal in this movie.
Yeah.
This head sculpt is too de-aged. It's almost like idealized. That being said, I want it.
Are you gonna get it, you think?
No, but I want it.
See that angle, I think it's the lighting. The lighting looks off,
Yeah. Yeah, she just looks too young to me. Because everyone's like, there's something off. Like, it looks like her, but there's something off. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't look old enough. But, yeah, dude, this statue's dope. I didn't know there was 2 until, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That one's dope, too, the white one. Yeah. But, I think if you're going to get one, the black one's the one to get. Yeah.
Right.
It's a little more, iconic, the black and red.
Yeah.
Whereas the white one is literally in that one movie. But I mean, even the comic she wears white from time to time. So I guess you couldn't go wrong either way. But I think the black one's kind of the way to go, and it's cheaper.
Yeah. I get that. So guys, before we get to the next topic, with the Prime One showcase overall, did you guys watch it live? Did you have a good time with it? Do you feel like they did a good job with it? Like, do you feel like Hot Toys and other companies should be doing something similar?
I would think so. I think, I enjoy the Prime One showcase because even though I'm not collecting it, right? I just love seeing statues. I love seeing the art. And I think if Hot Toys takes that chance, I think it would be great to see something similar to that. But yeah, I thought the showcase was decent. I saw a glimpse of it here and there. I enjoyed last year's showcase more than this year's. I feel like this year was more. They kind of lazied on some of the statues, and they teased my statue, which I can't wait if they make it. But other than that, I think like I said, I think Hot Toys should do something similar, and also J&D should do something similar to that. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day they can make a Marvel. They get the Marvel license or Star Wars license. People go nuts for it.
Yeah.
If they make if they make a Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
It lights out for me. I might pick it up.
See, there you go.
I might pick it up.
There you go, KG. Yeah. I mean, I think so too. I mean, it's just a matter of anyone else but Sideshow getting the Star Wars statue license because XM has done a few, like I said, but it's very sparse. So it's tricky. But so, Dean, did you watch the Prime One showcase? Do you enjoy it?
I actually didn't watch it, but that wasn't stopping my fucking inbox from getting all the updates.
Getting blown up.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys know, I'm on Collecting Weekly YouTube, and we try and stay on top of the news,
Yeah.
And so I just I was like,
Kept getting it
damn,
right
this
off
is a
the
lot of
bat.
shit.
Yep.
But I mean, it's cool, man. It's almost like the Apple keynote. It's like, hell yeah, like I would love almost every company to do that, but I guess it's like kind of like what Comic Cons are for, like Figure Arts will show up and their booth is fucking packed with a bunch of shit that they're never gonna make. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Like, oh shit, they're showing off all their products like to look forward to. I thought it was fantastic. But
Yeah. So, Leo, did you watch it? Did you enjoy it?
I watched the playback partially. I didn't really get a chance to see everything, but I definitely did watch the playback on it. It was decent. Like, I did like what I've seen so far, of it. So, yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about, again, they always give us like really, really good presentations and stuff like that, but it's just that, when it came to like, Batman, and if you see some of those figures, it's on point. But, when it came to like the Suicide Squad, I was like, no.
Would you guys like to see something like this from Hot Toys? Because I think, one of Hot Toys' biggest complaints has been that they don't communicate. They market very minimal, right?
Yeah.
So, like, do you think you'd like to see something like this from them? I think it would be pretty cool.
I would. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, especially if they're dropping bombs, like dropping something cool, like something unique, right? Like the Pennywise, or maybe they drop a Paul Atreides or something, or like something like that that's a little bit out of the norm, instead of just like, with the Ultron would have been a pretty cool reveal. That would have been pretty awesome.
100%.
Like, DeLorean
reissue.
DeLorean reissue. Like, I think Hot Toys just feels like their products market themselves, so they don't have to do that. But it just it builds good engagement.
Yeah, I think though the biggest thing with them is the simple fact that you never know whether or not to trust what they release, because they can put it out, you'll see the prototypes, or you'll see it all, at least with companies like Queen Studio, and you see these companies and they put they do these showcases, but you're getting the product. They're not just putting it out just for putting it out. With Hot Toys, they'll put out these just like what we got with the Sideshow Con, what we got with the toy fairs and stuff like that. They'll put this stuff out, but you never get them. And that's the biggest problem, is like, I don't think even if they did it, people would watch, but would you be that enticed, or would you be that hype about it, knowing that we still have figures that we've seen before that have never seen the light of day?
Right.
Yeah. Valkyrie, Mantis,
Yeah.
Padme.
Yeah, because it's like false information if you think about it, because you're going to get people hyped about it, and then 6 years later, still, you're waiting for that figure, nothing happens, right? And I just hope. I mean, if Hot Toys can find a way to pick figures that they think that, oh yeah, this will do well, and then they showcase it right, then I feel like we can trust them, right? But right now, Hot Toys just does things that they don't know if they're actually gonna make or produce them. So I think that if they tried to do something what Prime One did, I think it could be fun to watch.
What do you guys think about King's point here? Because he said, do you think if Hot Toys did a show like that, Sideshow would have a hissy fit? Because a lot of people like to watch the Sideshow stream to see if there are any new Hot Toys previews. So that might be the reason. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Like Sideshow really
That
breaks
sounds like
a lot
some
of
shit Sideshow would do.
Yep,
Yeah.
it really does.
Who?
It really,
What
really
company
does.
is
Toys
that?
R Us.
Yeah,
Toys
what
R Us.
company?
Lynch. Toys R Us.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah,
it really
it
does.
sounds like maybe that could be a factor. Maybe Sideshow would be like, hey, like you're kind of taking the the steam out of our.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
our
yo,
tracks, train here.
these are our figures. You can F off.
That's
We
what
don't
they
need
should-
your
That's
distribution.
what they should
by
do,
the way.
Lynch. See, Doc even said, I wish Hot Toys had more of a social media presence.
Yep.
Bob Dylan said Howard just lets the reviewers sit back and do the PR for him, like Justin and other reviewers,
Yep.
Jedi, Lael. Like, all the reviewers are,
They're a very secret
I
company.
don't do
though. They don't
reviews
share a lot of.
anymore.
posers. Sorry.
Oh.
Reviewers and posers. Exactly. The art speaks for itself. I guess so. And I think, but it's interesting. I've always kind of compared like Hot Toys to like sort of Apple. I feel like they're the Apple of collecting, but Apple markets, they market minimally, but they do. Hot Toys, it's just like they post a few Facebook photos and that's call it a day. Like it's, I guess they just feel like they don't have to, but I don't know.
Hey, let's circle back to the Prime One thing. Let's talk about that guy's suit and his matching hair when he was presenting.
Oh yeah.
That was on point, dude.
I think I missed that. Maybe I just walked away for a second or something.
Yeah, that was Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was
Yeah,
awesome.
he lives in Japan. He's actually he moved. Yeah, he actually works in Japan.
Was it
so.
Akasan or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that
The
guy.
YouTuber-
Yeah.
I know he does reaction videos. That's
Yeah,
how I know.
yeah,
When I saw him,
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he
oh, I know
does,
that guy. Yeah, he
Dude,
seems like such a
it's-
cool dude. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
a super cool. Yo, you know what? Because I met him at New York Comic Con in 2019. He was like, yo, he said, yo, you could play, literally, he said you could play the Blue Marble. He said, with the gray beard, he said you could do it. I
Awesome.
died. Yo, he's a
Dude,
cool dude.
It's a compliment. It's a
Yeah, we
compliment.
talk. Yeah, like he's a super cool dude, bro. He is.
Yeah.
He was on point for sure. I was like, damn.
This is a
That
good
suit
question
is
too.
insane.
You guys are saying like, could Disney own Hot Toys? Kurt asked. Like at one point, I could see that happening someday.
Honestly, yeah, I could.
Like
yeah.
I could see like that would totally make sense where Disney would buy if Howard was receptive to that. If he was like, all right, I'll sell to Disney. Like,
I hope
I
not.
think. See, here's the thing though, because it's like, would he be receptive to that? And if Disney did buy him, would they help change and modify things? I hope they would. Would they help to steer more diversity in Hot Toys?
Yeah.
Would they help us get more releases? You know what I mean? And instead of actually seeing things shelved, that's the thing. Is just
Yeah.
like, I mean, understandably so. Like we're all collectors and we love, collecting those figures. But it's just like, yo, a lot of people are really getting pissed off with Howard, like, and that company because you're revealing so many characters and you're getting us. If you have no intentions on revealing or releasing these figures, like stop revealing them. Like stop doing that.
Don't show it.
Like just don't show it at all
You know,
because
do
it's yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
I wish Disney would get involved in the point where it's like, hey, you got the license. This is what you have to do. Because they're now saying that there's a Monica Rambeau Photon series, possibly a Disney Plus coming up, and I'm in a Koye series, and I'm like, dude, you better make those figures.
Yeah.
And
Like
if
it's
Disney can get involved and go, look, if you want X amount of figures and you want to do this license, you got to give them everything, every character within this scope of that project. Because we're not getting Mantis, we're not getting Valkyrie. We showed 2 Valkyries, one seamless body, one not, right? And then why show 2 different prototypes if you're not going to put it out? And then you got to wait for the next Thor movie, and then what? You're going to make a 3rd version?
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say too, Lynch, is if Disney owns like Hot Toys, then you're only getting Disney shit. Like basically say they don't make much DC anyway. Say goodbye to DC, say goodbye to everything else. Like if they own Hot Toys, they're saying you're only making Star Wars and Marvel.
Right.
So
and that's why I wouldn't
what they do
advocate for
anyway.
that. I wouldn't advocate for that, but I would
Right.
advocate for in future licensing deals with Disney, they would have to make the figures, and that would be a part of the agreement between them for licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can make princess figures too. if they
Dude,
want.
see, that's what I'm saying. Dude, some of the animated figures Hot Toys could make, Disney would be like, come on, make a Coco or make
Dude,
a
the
Miguel
new
from
Buzz
Coco.
Lightyear.
Cinderella, like didn't
Yeah.
they try to show with the Beauty and the Beast?
They did
there was a figure,
they did
right?
do Beauty, yeah.
There was no Beast. That's the thing.
No,
They
they
made Winnie
did.
the Pooh, didn't they?
They did make Winnie
Winnie
the
the
Pooh,
Pooh,
and
yeah.
and what was it, Tigger? Is that what they did?
Tigger and
And Pooh.
I don't
right?
know what the other one was, but yeah.
Yeah.
they did.
I want a new Buzz Lightyear.
Dude,
Oh,
that film
that
looks
would be
sick.
sick. That would be
film
sick.
looks so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, dude, we got Jonathan, Mr. Reissue, in the house tonight.
Whoa.
Top panel night. What's going on, guys? The Everyday Collector, dude. Thanks
What's
for
up,
joining
dude?
us. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. It really is.
Yeah,
great.
definitely.
I'm working on my impression of Jonathan. I'm trying to get his voice inflection. I just can't do it. Like
I gotta
just,
get him on soon.
I've been trying to do it. Like I just
Dude,
been trying to
Just do Tony Soprano and you got it.
sound
There he
super
goes, right
smooth. Super damn smooth voice, bro. I'm trying to get that voice. I'm gonna get it down packed. Just give me like a few more weeks.
So, guys, for our final main topic of the evening, I came up with something: balancing figures, statues, props, etc. Because you guys, Lynch and Leia, were hitting on some really good points here about like balancing with figures and other things you buy. How do you guys approach that? Do you mostly just stick to 1/6, or like if you see a Loki helmet, for example, or you see a statue that you buy, like how often do you bend your rules and how do you work that out?
Like again, I think I collect based on the IP, but also based on the interest. If something stands out and it just has that wow factor for me, and if I have a high interest in it, then I'll actually bend the rule and get a statue. Like for instance, that Storm. There was no way I was passing up on that Storm. That's an amazing piece. I knew I was waiting for a Storm piece. We haven't gotten so many, so to have that, I wasn't passing up on that. When it came to both the Mythos, Maul, and Ventress, I wasn't passing up on those pieces because they were two amazing pieces, IPs. I love Star Wars, so it was a no-brainer for me. I'm even getting that Ahsoka statue piece that's going to be released through Sideshow because, it is a harken back to like the Clone Wars. I like that piece. And then of course, just with Batman, with Darkseid, Wonder Woman, there are pieces that have to really, really, really stick out and say, okay, I have a high interest in it because I like the presence that it presents. I'm normally, like, for me, I'm definitely just I'm a 1/6 scale collector because, like I said, I just love posing. I love having just the freedom to pose and do what I want with that figure. Statues, if I see a pose that it stands out and it draws interest, I will. And if it's basically within, my budget, then that's something that I will jump to. And it, again, it depends on, just how much it speaks to me, and if it gives it the presence, if it has the presence that I want, that's when I'll do it. But I'll just say it, like, it has to have that presence. I'm not an all-out, statue collector. I'm not some, that one person is going to see it and be like, yeah, I want it. I'm just going to get off the back. No, because literally, if people talk about, and that's the thing is, like, when you talk about pricing and you're talking about Hot Toys figures that are expensive, no, I'm passing on it because of the expense. Are you looking at these statue prices? Like, these statue prices are crazy. So, if you're passing on, if you are a 6 scale collector and you're passing on it due to price, but you're also a statue collector, it's like, to me, that's saying, well, maybe you're leaning more towards the statues because that's your wheelhouse. You know what I mean? So, again, for me, I just can't, it has to be something that entices me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, from day one, I need to have it because we'll never see it again. And if I know that we'll never see that scale or see that particular statue or figure in a 1/6 scale Hot Toys rendition. So that, is how I kind of look at it.
Yeah. So, Lynch, you're starting to get into both now. How do you approach this?
I'm approaching it very badly. If you don't know, if any of you don't know, there are certain websites that I have to avoid because I have a problem. So if I look at anything in the Bandai line for Macross, I'm screwed because, like, it doesn't matter if it's Macross Plus, Macross Zero, Macross 7, the original. Like, I would have to buy all of them.
Yeah.
You know, and there's like 172 scale or something that's really where I want to be. And then if I can't look at any Gundam perfect grade because I'm screwed there. So I avoid websites, and it kind of cheats myself of the stuff I love. But at the same time, I just know that if I go down that road, I'm never coming back. Like, literally, I will start buying. And so I avoid websites on purpose. And then I love helmets because that's what I do for a living. So I'm fortunate I can model and print my own stuff. So that's not a big deal. And I can paint and weather and do all that stuff. So on that side of it, I was doing it all myself, but then the new Black Series stuff came out, and for the price point, it's pretty legit, guys. So, like, for what it is, I used to buy EFX helmets and stuff like that, and there's no need to do that anymore, really, unless you're really like want something that's as close to what's in the movie or shows.
So let me ask you a question, Linz. Now that you said that, those helmets that are behind you, are those ones that you've done?
One is.
Ooh. Hold on, let me set a little edge.
Ooh.
A Sith Trooper. Nice.
My God.
But that's just 3D printed. That's not how I would normally do it. I mean, like, I would do it better than that. That was just a test run. But
it looks great, though.
Yeah, for helmets and stuff. I had some really good ideas. There was a point where I was going to do cosplay armor for people and then piece it together with industrial magnets so people could go to the bathroom while wearing clone trooper or stormtrooper armor.
Yeah.
Because I know it's an issue, right?
Yeah.
But I do like a lot of stuff with magnets, so that would be a natural evolution. And then I saw somebody do something on Instagram the other day with magnets, and I went, finally, somebody's thinking. So... But I mean, that is something that I love. So whether it's painting or figuring out solutions for different things like that, I'm totally into it. And I just know with helmets, I can do it myself, or armor or anything like that, where other people won't be able to do it. But the Black Series is really good, and it's a cheaper alternative. So I lean towards that now because I'm lazy. But yeah, so if it's props or anything like that, I usually will plan ahead and spend the extra money if I want the quality.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to 6 scale, I pick 6 scale because it's more affordable for me, and I can pose it. Like, sometime when I get my stuff out of a box, I'm assuming I'll be able to pose stuff. But yeah, that's how I avoid a lot of websites because I have OCD and I will just totally go down a rabbit hole that I'll never get out of. But when it comes to helmets and stuff, the Black Series is a great alternative. And then 6 scale is kind of where I'm at. But then there's some statues now that I'm really into.
So everyone's diversifying. So KG, I know you're kind of getting into both too. You're more 6 scale, but you're looking at some statues.
I don't want to come on the show anymore.
Well, you're rich, dude. You just Dune was a big hit, so you're good.
Right.
Now you have your own Prime 1 statue, so.
No, honestly, like, the way how I look at it is that, Hot Toys is one of the most expensive things I've ever paid for with these figures, right? And I only buy them because if I have an emotional attachment to them. And with statues, it depends. Like, for instance, if they have the Heath Ledger Joker, like, that's, if I had the money for it, would have bought it, right? Yeah. I would have bought it. Even J&D, if I had the money for it, I would have bought it too. It's just certain characters that have an emotional attachment to me from my childhood. If they made even a Loki, I would love to own a Loki too. Like, I love Loki towards the first Avengers film. I love that outfit. So like, it just comes to certain characters. Like, if they made a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I'll if I had the money, that was 100%. That would be a 100% buy for me. But yeah, it all comes down to really if I have a connection to the character, if I really want to spend my money on it, if there's only one character that I want to represent in my collection, then yes, I will definitely go to the statue route. But I'm slowly leaning towards that now because now I'm on your channel and now I'm just gonna be buying statues now. Thank you.
Exactly, dude.
No.
I just kind of I did it to Justin. I'll do it to you too. So it's all good. Dean, I know you have a few Prime ones and some other statues, but what do you normally stick to 1/6? Like, what's your deal?
Yeah, I'm not a statue guy per se. Like the thing with the Paul figure.
Yeah.
I'd rather have one I could pose, change later, you know, kind of fucking take it to my computer and mess around with it while I'm watching something, you know. So like statues don't really do it for me because you just put them together and then leave them there, and they're beautiful, but like you can't futz with it. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I try not to buy statues. That being said.
You're gonna get.
Are you looking at a statue right now?
What are you getting?
I really want the Prime 1 VF1 from Macross Robotech in Gearwalk mode. It's long sold out. There's a few on eBay, and I'm like trying to sell a bunch of my shit so I can afford it because it's like $2,000.
That's the thing with statues. You usually have to sell some shit to buy one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You got to trade in and out. So use it for the collection to find your collection. KG, love that figure, by the way.
Yeah.
It's an amazing. Listen, if they make a statue of this suit,
Dude, yeah.
with this pose, if they did this pose, I'm okay with it, man. And the whole smoke thing. Yeah.
Dean, do you have that Mysterio?
I don't.
Oh, dude, it's
You're
honestly
missing
one of my
out.
favorite figures. It's probably
Me
my top
too.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my top
Yeah.
10. Like, I love Mysterio as a character, not my top 10 characters, but the figure is just incredible.
It's amazing.
Objectively, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so I tried to really limit, like with my Macross stuff.
Yeah.
I only collect stuff from the main character's name is Hikaru. Only ships that he flies, or like stuff that he like wears, or his figures. I hone it, because if not, I'm like Lynch. I'll fucking buy them all, right?
Yeah.
I'll buy everything with the fucking Robotech or Macross logo on it. So I kind of hone that in. Same thing with my 6-scale Star Wars figures. I was like, I'm gonna spend so much money buying every version. I'm just gonna stick to A New Hope. So I did that. I got the core characters, and then it's like, oh, the Sand Person's coming out. I'll get one of those. Oh, Jawa, you know. Because if not, I'll buy, you know, Bespin Leia, Endor Leia. You know, it's like I gotta really brain it in. Same thing with like the prequels. I was like, I'm only gonna do Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah.
So luckily, I was ahead of the curve on the Clone Wars because that came back and the prices like skyrocketed. I picked up Captain Rex for $50. Like,
Wow.
a long
That's
time ago,
impressive.
dude. Yeah, and it was like literally like 3 weeks later. It was like the prices skyrocketed.
Yeah. So it's like if you guys were to give, so I'll start with you, Dean. If you guys were to give one piece of advice as we wrap up to people collecting multiple things, what would you say?
Just get a focus of your collection. What do you want your collection to represent?
Yes.
A certain
was gonna
Star
say that.
Wars film, all of Star Wars,
Yes.
maybe like an ensemble team.
Optical said,
Optical.
just don't do it.
And then the
Don't
opposite,
do it.
Far from Death Star, is the exact opposite. Buy all, go big or go home.
Yeah, see, you could do that too. Like, it's just like, what do you want out of your collection?
Yeah.
I adore A New Hope. I watch it like once a week. So like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't mind not having. That being said, I do own a Bespin Luke and like Boba Fett, and there are some things like, hey, I really enjoy this one thing, I'm gonna get it. But for the most part, I'm not buying every Luke under the sun. I didn't buy the Jedi Luke.
The Mando Luke is the one to get.
The
That's the
Mandalorian,
one to get.
I didn't
That's the one to
pre-order
get.
that. Like,
Really? Okay.
yeah, I did order. I got Mando, but I didn't get Beskar Mando. I was like, hey.
Oh, you got the
episode
Durasteel Mando.
Yeah,
That's the best one in my opinion, anyway. I love that look.
Luckily, I didn't get Beskar Mando because the new one that's gonna come out is gonna be way better.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so I won on that one. But yeah, like really find a focus and fight the urge and stick to it.
Yeah. So before I hit you, KG, real quick, Bob Dylan dropped. Thank you so much, Bob Dylan. I empathize with statue collectors. I can wait for a figure to be reviewed and then make a decision 90% of the time. With Queen and J&D, they're just gone. Exactly. You don't have that luxury. Hot toys sit around for a while. Statues, J&D, they're gone in a day, less most of the time. So if you want it, you have to decide pretty quickly. So it's and it's a big investment. Sean Bean. Not really. S-Beam. I always call him Sean Bean. I have 1/16 statue at the sideshow General Grievous. Yeah. Might as well be a statue. So, but yeah, so KG, what would you say for people who are considering, multiple types of collectibles?
I like I said before, you have, like, what Dean said, have a focus. If you have a focus, everything goes well. For me, if I had the money, if I, like, for instance, like Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man. So if I collect only Spider-Man figures, Spider-Man statues, that's great. If I'm not going to be keen to go and looking at the other lines, right? Like, for instance, like J&D with their Jokers and things like that, just have a main focus and just buy statues or buy things that have an emotional impact to you as a kid. That's how I would do it. That's how I do it with my Hot Toy figures, like Mysterio. I grew up with Mysterio, so he's a must-have. Just don't buy things because other people tell you to do it.
Exactly.
Or don't buy just because it's cool. It's just cool, right? Some of us have done that. Some of us regretted it, but we learned from that, right? So for me, just buy things that have an emotional attachment to you, and if you think that will sit in your collection for a very long time. So that's how I would put it.
Yeah, you're buying it for the long haul, in my opinion. But every collector's different. Some like trading out new figures and stuff. I like buying something I know I'm probably not going to sell. So
me too.
We've all done it. We've bought things, and that we end up selling later. You fall out of love with figures all the time. It happens.
Of course.
So a new version comes out, but like we try to mitigate that as much as possible. At least that's what I do. But we got an amazing super chat from TLC 1965. Thank you so much. Wow. I collect the figures or costumes I like the most. That makes sense. Then I group them as I like them in my cinematic universe. I even post DC. Interesting. Okay. I haven't seen that as much, but I think you could easily pull that off. What do you guys think? Could you cross over like that with DC and Marvel?
I do it all the time. It's great.
Okay.
I think I always have Batman and Iron Man together on the shelf sometimes. I think they look great too. Superman
and
and
your
Cap.
collection, ultimately.
Yeah, dude. It's your collection. Do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Opticals in my suggestion, just play video games. It's much cheaper. It is true, dude.
Good
I don't know.
advice.
Opticals got me to buy like a few video games now, but that's probably still less than one hot toy. So TLC, that's exactly the point. I like to tell stories I want to see. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
But that's a great point.
Exactly.
KG.
Really
That's what you're
great
saying.
point.
Because Leo, I know you're the
Exactly.
big storyteller of the group. Can you speak to that maybe?
No, that's spot on. Like I collect the figures based on the story that I want to create. Even if it's a story that I actually haven't seen on film, but I think that looks, it's logical to do, and it's obvious, then I'll do that. You know what I mean? Like if the figure looks good, I stick to the same IP. Like I'll actually put it within the same IP, but I like to tell stories. I like to pose my figures. I like to actually have them in the DTOF or Madri case posed up. So it's based on the story that I'm trying to create. You know what I mean? Like that's, and it's unfortunate I'm basically a Marvel, Star Wars, and DC fan, but I know how to hone it down. You know what I mean? So where it's just that I'm not doing too much. But that's what I'm saying. It's just based on the story that I want to create and the story that I want to tell. You know what I mean? So
it's art. It's like art.
Yeah.
If you go to an art museum, you can see the story in the art. And with figures, you can do that too. Like Leia, I'm seeing the background. Like your shelf is art. It's a story. There's a story happening in each shelf, which I love.
Yeah.
So Leia, what would be your one piece of advice though? Would it maybe be sticking to a focus and storytelling for?
I think you have to stick on here's the thing, is like if you came into it with a focus, but you got kind of like, and I say this all the time, and I've been saying this even on the last show, like we're not here to hold your hand. You know what I mean? We're not here to tell you, okay, this is what we think you should do. You have to kind of go from the gut, what works better for you as a collector. What things that, interest you, whether it's something that you grew up on, if you grew an interest in something that, just recently was released, again, you have to have a focus. Again, like we've all been saying, focus in on something that it speaks to you. If you depend on us, like you're watching these shows and you hear us talking about figures and statues, don't just jump. And on top of that, don't just jump on something because you think it's going to make you look cool. You know what I mean? That you can have a conversation with other people about. Because I see it all the time. Somebody puts up a figure And they might say, yeah, I jumped on this. This is what's released, and you can get it from this particular company or that particular company. You get this percentage off if you do it, and this, that, and the third. I mean, yeah, that's fine, but you're trying to appease that person because they put that out. You know what I mean? You're not doing it for yourself. You're just doing it because it's strictly conversational. Don't just jump on something because somebody else told you, oh, yeah, I think you should buy it, or you can get it from this particular company, because they might be getting a percentage of it. Who knows? I mean, I don't know how it would actually work at that point, but just do what feels good to you. You know what I mean? If it feels good for you, then you basically do it. I buy figures based on what feels good for me, not what other people tell me I should do. Plain and simple. I'm not doing, well, you should jump on this. I think you should get bro, this is released. You should jump. No, if I don't want it, I'm not going to get it. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. You know what I mean? I know it works for me financially. You know what I mean? I know what I want to stick to when it comes to the story that I want to tell, what I'm really closely related to. There's a lot of DC figures that I won't touch. There's a lot of Marvel figures that I will not touch. The only IP that I know that I would probably jump on everything is Star Wars, because I am more closely related to Star Wars than I am anything else. You know what I mean? I'm a comic book collector, and I collect comics, believe it or not, more than I collect figures. You know what I mean? Because that's basically where I am. What I want to actually see some of these comic concepts. Yes. And there's only certain companies that are actually doing it. So I gravitate to them, whether it's licensed or unlicensed. You know what I mean? So I'm sticking to what works for me. You know what I mean? For me, not what works for everybody else. And again, stop collecting because you want to be cool and you think it's going to make other people appreciate you and like you. No, because if you do that, you cheating the hell out of yourself. Collect what you like, and you don't have to collect everything, and just keep it moving. That's it.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Yep. I think so too. So we do have a super chat from John Blackmouth. So John said, Dean, this one's for you, actually. I have the Prime 1 Robotech Gerwalk. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's perfect, worth every cent. Also got the Kids Logic 1/6 cockpit Dio. Awesome. What is your Robotech / Macross Grail? Oh, Dean, you're muted. Sorry.
Damn.
You.
Thanks, buddy. My Grail is the Prime 1 Robotech Gearwalk. I have the 12 scale cockpit, which is fantastic. Yeah, but it's definitely the Prime 1. Although any SDF-1, I don't have an SDF-1, which is like the main ship in the show, if you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Those are also really expensive. Kids Logic is doing one that's like fucking like 4 feet tall. It's like $3,000.
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
But thank you so much, John. See, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You know what? Can you pull up what Linda said? Because she says something spot on, bro. I love what she said.
Don't collect to make money.
Don't collect to make money. Exactly. I don't collect to make money.
Nah,
I collect figures because I genuinely love them, and I love what I'm collecting. I don't collect to sell anybody anything. That's not what I do. I'm not even concerned about the marketplace. I'm not. That's just something that I'm not concerned about. I don't jump into this game because I want to actually worry about, trading to this person or getting. No, I don't do that. If I decide to basically sell it off, it's because I just didn't have an interest in that figure anymore, and I'm just you're Linda. Thank you so much for saying that. Linda, thank you so much for saying that. That is a great point. Thank you for that.
And thank you to Optical for telling us what he truly collects. He collects nail clippings.
Nice.
And hot dogs, obviously. So, but so let's see. I think this was a comment from Joey too. Guilty of liking and wanting to get too much. I think we're all guilty of that at points. There are some I know won't get, like Lando. I love the look of him, the character, but I only have room for Boba and original trilogy. Yeah, so again, you got to be selective, right? This boils down to the idea that we can't have everything we want, despite how everything. That's the thing. Everything is cool, right? Everything, like Yelena's cool. She looks great, but we have to choose, right? We have to choose between those. Some people really want a Yelena and they're going to buy her, and then some people don't. They'd rather have, like KG has a Hawk, right? He has the Endgame Professor Hawk. Like that's a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people do. So it's like it just depends. You gotta be selective, man. I don't have a focus at all, but like for me, like I just kind of go for whatever I like. So I don't really give a shit. I'm just kind of like I have Star Wars, I have Marvel, I have DC, I have independent properties like it. And I'll have Mortal Kombat, and Terminator.
Yeah.
But I'll mix it up and make it look good, you know?
And
I
people
know
give you shit about it. I mean, they give you shit about Pennywise, but that's what you relate to, and you like the
Right.
figure.
I relate to.
I don't give Will shit. I like it.
But you like the figure, like, you know what I mean?
I love the character, yeah.
But the thing is look, look, you can hate it, you can like it, regardless of where you sit. It's a beautiful looking figure, honestly, and it is, and the reason why I say that is because it's innovative. It's something that completely goes against the norm. You know what I mean? I'm getting Yelena because, number one, I like Black Widow. You know what I mean? I like Scarlett Johansson's character, and I like the way it was portrayed on film. I like the Yelena character because it's different. Like, it's a different take on the character. On top of that, you know, like Lynch, you know, we've grown up on the comics. We know who Yelena is really in the books. So to have that version encapsulated in figure form, hell yeah. I'm all in for it. I'll take that all
power
day.
to you, Leo. Honestly, like, look, you know, Endgame Hulk, I wasn't like, for me, I actually liked the figure. I actually liked the suit design. I thought it was really great. The figure was not that great until I saw the final product. And I got these messages like, why would you get this figure when you could get like a really good Hulk? But I like the Hulk. You know, this is what I like to collect. And, you know, I collect because of the OG 6, the original 6. I don't even care if he wore a tutu or something. I will still buy it because it's their definitive looks together. So for me, I don't really care what people say. If you like the figure, like the figure.
You should get it.
Don't care.
I bought a bunch of sequel figures from Star Wars, and I don't give a shit because I bought them usually cheap. So, you know. I got all the Kylos, all the Rays. So like
I purchased, you know, Alita. I purchased Alita because I love Alita. I love basically I have the books. You know what I mean? I love Alita, and the figures are incredible. Like it's an incredible figure. So amazing. Like it's an incredible figure. So I mean, again, collect things that you love. You can say like you know, it might have been something that, you know, you have that attachment to. I mean, but don't, again, and I can't stress it because people basically feel as though, and I've seen, bro, you know, we follow these groups, we look in different chats, and we see how people will always post, yo, pull the trigger on this is whatever, they'll post a picture, and I'm just sitting there like, well, you pulled the trigger on that a few weeks ago or a few days ago. I heard this person talking about it. Like, is this something that you really, really, really want? Or are you just doing it because you just want the group to know that you pulled the trigger on it? Right. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, was it something that you really, truly wanted to commit to? You know what I mean? And I see that, and like, I kind of had, bro, I was like, I said, and to be quite honest, because I didn't really know what the topic of tonight was at the end. I really didn't, because I missed it. But really, like, I did a lot of soul searching even over the weekend when it came, and just like after our talk last week, and I'm like, yo, like, literally, what we collect, why do we collect? We collect because we love it. We love some of the pieces that we actually see. When I got into the game, I collected figures purely because Star Wars is my jam. You know what I mean? Marvel's is my thing. You know what I mean? So when I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, I mean, I get a chance to have a piece of nostalgia, like, you know, like Joe's been saying, a piece of nostalgia I can have with me for the rest of my life if I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not because somebody else is telling me, yo, you should get this, or you should get that, or you should have this. Like, literally, like, I'm just that type of person now that I'm just going to go against the grain. If somebody else tells me, yo, I think you should get that, I'll be like, yo, then if you like it, you can get it. If I don't want to get it, I'm not going to get it. I just don't have space for it right now. I'm not pulling the trigger on something that I don't really want. Like, literally, and I'm not going to tell everybody else that they should get it. I'm going to be completely honest. If you don't want it, don't get it. If you don't have an attachment to it, don't do it, because at the end of the day, you might get that piece in, and does it fit in your collection? Did you spend money on something that you could have put money towards something else? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, literally think about those things. You have to really, 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 really think about it before you just jump and pull that trigger just because you wanted to appease somebody else. Don't do that.
Of course.
Don't do that.
So what do you think, Lynch? If you had one tip for people collecting multiple collectibles, like, what would you say to people?
Well, I would say probably I should listen to my own advice.
Don't shop on certain websites.
Yeah. To kind of go back to what Lael's saying, you guys really need to understand that you need to do you. You don't look to us or anybody on these streams to dictate what you should buy. You should have an emotional connection. I tell junior designers all the time, trust your gut. Trust your gut and go with what you feel is right. Because if you don't have an emotional connection to something, you're just buying something for the sake of having it and being like, yo, I just got the latest figure, then that's not a good way to operate. And you're going to get into some financial problems if you do that. I never look at how much a figure is going to cost unless I'm collecting backwards and I go, oh my gosh, I'm not looking at what my figures are worth, because every one of them I have a connection to. So, you really need to look at that and just do you. Just, if you have an emotional connection to it and it's worth it to you, collect those types of things. What's up, Leo?
Leo, I love that your helmet. It shines, dude. It's
That's pretty cool.
It's really got the vibranium and the energy going through there.
You damn right.
Is that the Marvel Legends one?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
It's vibranium, I heard, so it's legit. So, but Lynch, you make a great point, Leo. That helmet's really sick, man.
And to quote Will, I talked to him a while back, and he goes, "You need to curate, dude. It's all about curation and picking a lane."
Wise things I said.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, it's all about curation, dude. Because otherwise, you're gonna get overwhelmed with so much shit everywhere. Like it's just,
right.
Yeah, but I understand the focus thing too. But it just really depends. Every collector is different. But it's funny, Brendan and Jetta are in the chat. I can't believe Snyder Cut length stream. It's 2 hours. We've gone much longer than this before. I've only had 2 birthdays since the stream started. And who dropped us? We had a couple super chats. 80 Star Wars saying, whatever you do, don't get 3 Fennec. 2 is enough. Yeah, or -2 is enough. I'm not sure, honestly.
No, 2.
Yeah,
Rule of 2.
Rule of 2. Rule of 2 Fennec. Exactly. Fennec. Yeah, I think. Well, it would be cool to have one with the sculpt and one with the helmet. So.
Yeah.
Pennywise will release before you guys are done with this stream. That'd be hilarious. If Pennywise drops while we're live, oh my god, dude! You guys get to see a live reaction. But yeah, so that was a great topic. I think we need to do more stuff like that. I think next week, just more stuff that's like real thought-provoking and interesting. We can always hit the news too, but there's shit like that I think is really cool and fun for collectors to talk about. So, guys,
as long as you're happy with your, honestly, if I bought something and KG was like, that's stupid, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. I mean, I love KG. He's rich, but
or 1/6, Liao. It's just like, as long as you're happy at the end of the day with your purchase.
Yeah.
If you're happy with it, it doesn't matter what another person thinks.
Exactly.
At the end of the day,
that's life advice, people. Hey, Liel just gave you life advice.
Yeah, that's T'Challa.
Life advice.
T'Challa.
So as we wrap things up, Dean, what's going on with Collecting Weekly, man? You guys got some shit going on?
Yeah, we're doing the MMS 147. It's the Predator. Which Predator is that?
Is John going to be opposing it?
Yeah, we're going to probably not, but we're doing an unboxing on that tomorrow. We do, if you're not familiar with our channel, on Mondays we do retro unboxings, which are figures long sold out that, maybe you're on the fence about. Like, I don't know if I want to spend $800 on this figure. Let me watch a review. We do retro unboxings. And then Tuesday we got our live show talking about, all the news. Then Wednesday we got After Dark, where we just shoot the shit. Thursday, OFAC, the British guys, they come on our channel and talk about the things going on in Britain and collecting in the UK, which is totally different ball game, dude, with taxes and imports and oh my god, dude, it's really interesting to listen to them. And then Friday, I think they're doing a statue show on In and Outs of Collecting. So we got content every day of the week. So you guys go over there, youtube.com/collectingweekly.
Exciting.
That's awesome, dude. So,
Sick.
KG, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, I'm in the Wonka set right now, so I can't.
You can't say much.
No, but
that was good. That was good.
He's got the money. See, T'Challa knows what's up.
No, but honestly, doing live streams like this every Sunday, 3 p.m. we do live streams. Lynch is on, sometimes Leia and Will. You know, that's basically it. You know, doing live streams, talking about stuff that came out the weeks. You know, from entertaining side and also collecting side, and we also do movie reviews. So next movie review will be The Dark Knight that we're going to be doing, which is Sunday. So I can't wait for that. And yeah, that's pretty much for me.
Okay, I was just about to get to lay out. He went full Squid Game on us, but he pulled a T'Challa helmet instead of a Squid Game helmet. Did you guys watch that show, by the way? I just finished it. I binged it. It was really good.
It's
a real good social
I've heard
commentary.
so many great things.
It is. It's about like business and capitalism.
Well, I don't want to ruin it for people, but like, it's a good social commentary.
It is, dude. And but honestly, you cannot watch the dubbed version. It is atrocious. Like it's like the subbed version all the way for Squid Game, but it's really good. I was a little bit late on it. Did you finish it? Did you watch it?
I saw it twice.
Oh, me too.
So
I couldn't wait for anybody to make the figure, so I got them custom tailored. The pink guys.
Oh, you're getting like I forget what they're called.
They're,
I know the front man, but
the guards. Yeah,
the guards. Yeah. Right.
And then Water Scrapyard printed me the helmets, and Zach's painting those. And
ooh, so you're gonna have some custom Squid Game figures.
Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. But then some company released them for like $100 on pre-order.
Oh, you printed
more than that on the outfit.
Let me so that you here, Lynch. Let's see. Oh, you have a front man mask. Nice.
But I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Where'd you get it from?
Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, like $10 or something.
That's awesome, dude. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, because the show was great. It seriously was, and I was sleeping on it a little bit too long, but it's yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. So,
awesome.
Leal, what's coming up with you, man?
Tomorrow night we actually have basically comic book talk with friends. We'll be discussing the history of the Eternals before the movie is released. So it's nothing about the film per se. It's just more so about the classic characters, Jack Kirby's take on these particular characters. So tune in for that. Definitely can't wait for that to drop on Wednesday. Of course, we'll be talking, the usual, figures, releases. Granted, we'll probably have a release or a few releases this week, so we'll see how that actually goes. So yeah, we will be having a conversation, about that. And I was gonna do, I don't know, because it's gonna be tough because I don't know whether or not Mario is gonna be done this week. And so we can actually jump into Uncivilized Scoundrels, and on top of that, I forgot that that is the night that Eternals is released, so I will be going to see that. So I may not actually have Uncivilized Scoundrels this Thursday, so we'll probably postpone it until like the following week. Don't worry, it will be back. We just been waiting. I don't do the show without my co-host. Me and Marvel is just either all or nothing. So once Mario is ready, then we're ready to go. So definitely, you can check that out. I just released a video today. It was the Take Your Position. It was for the Shore Trooper squad leader. So I released that. I had to actually re-edit. I had to actually delete the video I originally released, and then redo the edit and then release it again because the volume was up on the music on one of them too loud. So I had to go back and do that and change it. So it sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. I'd rather have something that's decent than whatever. I'll be doing another Take Your Position on Lando and Spider-Gwen this week as well. So tune in for that. So yeah, I'm just focusing in on that. So yeah, just stay tuned. Yeah.
So Lynch, anything coming up with you?
Comic book talk with friends with Lael, and then KG on Sunday, and then I'm working on a project with Rodrigo, Rod Costa in New Zealand, and we'll be announcing that soon. And it's for this space, but it's completely different than what anybody else is doing. It's about bringing the community together. So
yes.
Okay.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Everyone be on the lookout for all of these amazing members of the panel tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's always a blast. It really was. We got to talk about some good stuff. We'll get some heavier topics, like the collecting multiple things type thing for next week. I think it was a blast. So thank you all so much in the chat for joining us. Seriously, guys, it's always so much fun hanging out. It makes these weekends so much, more enjoyable and a blast. So Thank you. And Mike dropped one last nice comment. Great stream. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. That's the next episode of Collectors Mingle. We will catch you in the next one.
See you guys.